Oh, hello and welcome to this week's lovely episode of All Systems Go plays D&D 5e.2024. I am Logan, as always, the DM of this stream. I'm joined by my lovely, not guests, you guys are here regularly scheduled. Let's see, we have a special, we're playing Odyssey of the Dragonlords. We have a very special session lined up for you. It might make sense once we jump in. I don't want to spoil anything. So we'll just introduce ourselves like normal, and then we will get to the surprise. So, color order as always.
Hi, I'm Connor. I'm the second most guestly of the not guests. It tracks. I play Sophron. He is a minotaur barbarian of the Herculean variety. Very big, very strong, very angry, very kind of done with life. Just like, let things happen. I don't really care about them anymore. It's just kind of like, what can you do?
Okay.
Connor, are you okay?
Oh, I'm great. I'm fantastic.
And on that note, I'm Sarah, the third most guestly of the non-guests that play.
Let's see if Sean and Abby can piece this one together.
I play Nemea, an Odyssean rogue, and she's just a joyful girl playing tricks on people with limited memories. Kind of sort of on a quest to get them back, but like no rush really, as long as she's not like a mass murderer in her past, which, like 50-50 chance at this point that might have been true. So yeah, that's her.
Sorry guys, the robot's broken.
Yeah.
Our bad.
We'll skip over green. It's not like it's the month of a rainbow or anything.
Hi, I'm Abby. I'm blue. I'm gonna replace Sean the robot. I don't understand the guest bit, so I'm not gonna go with that. But I play Elegy, the elemental monk siren, who is lonely and abandoned, and I'm hoping to fix that.
A lot of high spirits.
Mm-hmm. Hi, I'm Joey, he, him. I play Kyriakos, human demigod. And Kai is on cloud 9, unlike the rest of his party, to be back in Mitros, the big city. Yeah, he's got a lot to catch up on. A lot of people to see, a lot of places to be. Yeah.
Perfect. Are you back, Sean?
I don't know. Am I back?
Sure, go for it.
Audio sure is.
Good, great. Well, I'm Sean. I'm cosplaying as a robot today, and I play Aeneas, the Circle of Stars druid. He had a very traumatizing wine-related incident last session. So I think currently he is recovering. He's recovering from alcohol, but not because he's an alcoholic, but because the alcohol became sentient and tried to kill him.
Mm-hmm. Everyone's having a great time. Okay, we will be right back. Okay, and we are back. You might have noticed there are less of us now. We are doing a special episode where all of the characters will have some personal time doing whatever they feel like in Mytros, getting acquainted with the city. Some of them have personal goals that they're working towards. Some of them have answers that they're going to be seeking the questions to. And some of them just really don't like the city. So we'll experience each of them in turn tonight. I am joined first by Connor playing Sophron.
Hi.
So let's see. Last time you all had just had that traumatic experience in the vineyard, and you ended the storm and sort of are now hailed as the heroes. If you remember, Acastus had really spread word that you all were going to be the ones that were solving the storm problem. And so now that has been solved, you're becoming a little more well-known in town. People are starting to recognize you a little bit on the streets. People are starting to spread words about you. You're hearing rumors about yourself. And this has only been a day or two since the storm has failed. So it's been rapidly spreading. And you find yourself... Well, Thylea, you tell us, where is Sophron spending these next couple of days?
I think he's probably mostly with the. I imagine we're set up somewhere near the palace, if not at the abode of Acastus. And one night, probably there was a feast or dinner or something, and everybody was drinking and hanging out and talking. Sophron probably was sitting fairly broodingly in the corner, just being sullen and grumpy. Nobody could really get much out of him, but he's been drinking a decent amount. And people kind of start to filter out for the night, and he's just kind of left alone at this back corner of a tavern, more or less.
And let's say you are the last patron in this tavern. And the bartender comes up and is like, "Hey, buddy, we're closing. You gotta go."
How much do I owe?
You. Are you that guy they've been talking about? You stopped the storm, right?
Yeah, there's only one of me with horns around here.
We'll call this one on the house. You brought in so much business tonight. You're good. Just go.
Please. I could.
Okay.
I'll
we'll say
stand up and...
15 gold. That's wildly overpriced.
Yeah, I mean, that's egregious. But yeah, and he'll leave. He'll leave 15 gold on the table.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you, sir. But you gotta be going.
Stand up and kind of snort as he heads for, I'm assuming, the old saloon, swinging double doors.
Yep.
Steps out into the rain and the...
Yeah. No rain.
No? Okay, no rain. It's
Not
not
raining.
even...
Nope.
Not even normal rain?
Yep. And it's actually early morning at this point. Like,
Mhm.
the sun's almost
We're covered in
rising.
the sun's-
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they close in the morning and stay open all night. So you're sort of just wandering this street. This is not one of the thoroughfares. This is just a sort of a shadier street of Mytros. And you're walking, sort of head down, and then you hear someone say, "Sophron, is that you? Gods, it is you. You look..."
Turn and identify
Different.
whoever this is?
You don't immediately recognize this person. They are wearing... They're almost like cosplaying being an adventurer. Like, they have all of the gear of what an adventurer would be, but it's like too much. Like, it looks like that is what they're trying to be dressed as, rather than this is what they actually are. Make an insight check just to see if you immediately recognize this person. You
Ooh, I actually might.
do. You start at the toes looking up. You don't recognize any of this person until you get to their face and you look in their eyes. And this is, you would recognize these eyes anywhere. This is Callista. The last time you saw this person was at their wedding, which you ruined.
I think Sophron, he's not convinced that's real. This is probably just another passerby, another Lucky Lou. Like, oh my god, oh, we heard so much there's a minotaur in town, woo! And, what? Can I sign something for you? Is there something you want me to write on your book?
You don't recognize me?
I'll, like, squint a little bit more and... No, surely this is... I'm imagining.
Do you imagine me often?
It is you.
It is. You look different. More... Well, I didn't think I would find you like this, but I also didn't think I'd find you at all. What are you doing here?
Sophron, like, he immediately straightens up and, like, is a little bit more uncomfortable. He's rigid and like, oh god, I gotta look not drunk right now. Okay. Standing still, swaying just a little bit. Well, yes, it's been a while. I'm sorry, I've been... This is probably not the best circumstances for us.
It's fine. You look like you haven't slept in weeks, and that's how I know it's the real you. This is fine.
I feel like I haven't.
What happened to you?
Well, how much time do you have?
I do have an appointment later, but let's walk. And she like grabs your arm and just sort of starts like walking down the road with you.
Well, so what was the last time I actually saw her? Was it at the wedding?
I think it was at the wedding.
Mm-hmm. So it's been rough. I set to sea with the privateer for a while. Came back and spent time with some mercenaries. And learned how to live again.
Well, that's good. I mean, last time we saw each other it was a little rough. I thought you had left changed, but I still see you. You're still you.
That's very kind of you, but I think the years have taken their toll. I'm not who I once was.
Who wants to stay the same? I used to do poetry. Now look at me, I'm an adventurer, Sophron. I've
What?
made a name for myself.
No, you didn't. You did not stop writing.
It's just not the same anymore. And I'm not the same anymore. Can't you see? She does a little twirl.
Yes, it's fabulous. What
I'm an adventurer. I'm a hunter.
How do you... Of?
Dangerous prey, Sophron. I've come here to Mytros on a mission. I'm hunting a creature. A shape changer.
What kind of creature changes shape?
A dragon.
A dragon. A dragon that changes shape. We've only just heard of dragons returning to the land. You think they've already regained some magical power to...
I've seen him. After that night, I tried to get my life back together, and things kept happening to me, Sophron. Things kept going wrong, and it was always this man. I kept seeing this man everywhere I went, and so I followed him, and I discovered him. I followed him back to his lair, and I saw him change into a great worm, and I knew that was my goal. And so I've done this. Dedicated myself to hunting him. He's walking among us here in Mytros. I have tracked him.
Does she seem sane?
Make an
Or is
insight
this
check.
the ramblings of somebody who's gone off the deep end chasing something that doesn't exist? Ho-ho-y!
She seems very sincere. I mean, she is rambling, but you get the feeling that she has let her guard down around you because she trusts you. So she's being like rambling in an honest sense. But she also sees that you're scrutinizing her, and she's like, "You don't believe me, do you? I can prove it."
It's not that I don't believe you. It's that
That's fine.
It's
No one
been a
believes
long
me.
time.
It's a wild claim. I know nobody's a dragon hunter. I'm one of the only ones. Well, there's a handful of us, but it's not something people do regularly. But look at this. And she brings out a pouch. She opens it. Hold out your hand. And she drops brilliant scales, like a handful of them. Like they're about yay big. They are like diamond. Like they are hard and they are just brilliant gold. She drops a handful of them. There was no dragon. How did I get dragon scales? Riddle me this, Sophron.
I could answer that question easily if these were silver or bronze. They're gold.
They came from a gold dragon.
You have my attention, Callista.
I always did. Anyway, let's keep walking. So then she like drags you further down the road. So she says, "So I found this dragon and I'm hunting him, and it's quite remarkable, Sophron. He is. If I was a dragon, I would always be a dragon. But no, he operates. He has a guise, a network of people that he operates with. He goes by the name Aurelian. And like I said, I've tracked him here. I don't know what he wants here, but he's moved around recently. I tracked him to Astoria. He took a detour to the Old Woods. That was odd. And then we were in the mountains for a bit, and now we're here. And I don't know what he wants here, but I'm gonna figure it out."
How long was he in Astoria?
A month or so?
Recently?
Last month.
I was in Astoria last month.
Why were you in Astoria last month?
Well, there's quite a bit that's happened, but I've been helping a group at the Oracle's behest to fend off some of the aggression from the Titans recently.
Oh. Ooh la la, that sounds fancy. Well, it's
Are you
not like
familiar with
hunting a
Gaius
dragon.
of the Temple of Sidon?
No.
He also rides a dragon.
Oh,
seem-
yes, the
we think-
small one.
Well, I imagine Aurelian, what did you say? Aurelian here is, I'm sure, magnificent in size, but this is formidable as any other drake.
I don't think you understand the scale of the difference. Aurelian is huge, massive. She points to like a large building. What could dwarf that building?
You had me for a while. Don't lose me now.
What, you don't think I can do it?
Oh, I'm certain we could, but this dragon is pretending to be a man, a group of people. What?
He is pretending to be a man. And then he has people that work with him. I don't think that they know he's a dragon. They certainly don't act like it.
And what do you think he's doing in Mitros?
That's what I'm going to figure out.
Anything?
That was
Nothing?
my appointment earlier. I was going to infiltrate their hideout and see what I can learn.
It's not much of an appointment now, is it? Seems like sort of a thing you can drop in and drop out of any time.
You would think, but I keep a very strict schedule.
Well, I would hate to keep you from your work.
You
But,
could join me.
Callista, I don't know if this is a good idea. You
Why?
You
What?
don't think you're going to be getting yourself into some trouble here?
No. What trouble would I get into?
The kind you always get into.
Yes. Well, as I said, I have changed in different ways, Sophron. I don't get into trouble anymore. I am the trouble.
Well, I don't want to keep you from your appointment. But if you would let me get some breakfast, I would come and help you.
Oh, well, my appointment is not until noon.
Wonderful. We have the whole morning to brunch.
Lovely. How about over there? And she like points to, I don't know, maybe now you guys are on a little nicer road and there's like a coffee shop or something. And
Yeah. Sit down anywhere.
yeah, you guys spend sort of the afternoon catching up with each other. She tells you about how she joined a like mercenary band and they tried to betray her, but she like outsmarted them and was able to like actually betray them. And she just sort of counts this tale about how she's trained and how she's become an adventurer. She had a mentor that taught her a lot of these things, and then they disappeared at some point. She doesn't quite know where they went, but she, for all of this, has been like laser focused on following and figuring out this dragon. You feel just like a hatred radiating from her.
I can't say it's an unfamiliar feeling. I've had it myself, but you... In all these years, you haven't let it go?
It's what keeps me going, Sophron. What else would I go home to? I don't have anything else.
Yes. I'm sorry I took that from you.
Yeah. Sometimes I am too.
I think Sophron he's gonna eat in silence for a while until she does something to break that.
I think she lets you sit for a while, like an uncomfortable while, maybe like
Yeah.
30 minutes or so.
Nobody's comfy.
Yeah.
Coffee's sitting there cold.
Yep.
It's bad.
Yep.
Surely we should go early. We don't want to be surprised by what we find.
Yeah, you're right. We should. It's not too far, I don't think. As she like goes and she pays for the whole little meal that you guys just had. And then she's like, okay, so here's the deal. There's a front, and we're going to infiltrate that front. And I think that their hideout is in the basement. And Aurelian is not there at this time, which is why we need to go now so we can get in and then we can get out without him being there. Make sense?
Certainly reasonable. I don't want to run into Aurelian here. It's a little more than I think we
Don't
can
think
have.
that we are ready for that yet.
Yes.
Oh, there it is. She like points to a nondescript like pawn shop. It has like this falling apart sign that says like Sunforged Secrets, and like the paint is fading off of it. There was some gilding on it at one point, and like it's all patchy. It does not look like a good place. It's like, okay, that's the shop. How we can do this? We'll go be undercover.
Standing there. Slow yourself. Let's just watch. Observe. I kind of want to just sit there, watch for 20 minutes, see are there employees coming in and out, are there customers,
Make a perception
do I
check.
notice a certain number of people inside?
Yeah. So there do seem to be some regular customers. People will go in, come out. There are also groups that exit without having gone in, and then a number of people that will go in and then they don't exit. So it does seem like there is more to it than just this little building up front. Every once in a while, you see this like person, like the proprietor of this place, sort of like comes to the window and like looks out, real sus, and then we'll like that happens maybe every 10 minutes or so.
How many people have I seen go in and not come out?
And not come out. Maybe like 3, like not a giant amount, but it's
Sure.
a noticeable sense that you're looking for it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, undercover is certainly one way to go. The other is to just kick down the door. What do you fancy?
Let's do undercover. I don't fancy kicking down doors in the morning. Okay,
Do you
so
think you
this
might
is
be
what.
dressed a little ostentatiously for
Where else do adventurers sell their goods if not at a pawn shop?
Very well.
Okay.
Very well.
So she like grabs your arm again. So this is the deal. We are husband and wife adventurers. My name is going to be Ophelia. What's your name?
I think that's quite hard to hide who I am these days.
She like boops you. She's like, you're right. She like does a little spell on you. It's like, much better. You just don't bump into anything. Those are still there.
I look down, like, what do I look like now? I mean, I'm
You
assuming
look
like
just
a
like
normal
yourself.
human.
You just look like, but your horns are invisible.
Great. Well, Ophelia, I'm Tacitus.
Tacitus. My husband, let's go. I have these trinkets that we have stolen from my mother-in-law under mysterious circumstances, and we need the money because we're starting a new life here in Mitros. It's as simple as that, okay? Let's go. She grabbed you and
Stealing from my mother.
My mother-in-law, they will not ask questions. And will just, if we're suspicious about this one thing, they will ignore the other suspicious things.
Mm-hmm. Fine.
So
Lead on.
you guys walk into Sunforged Secrets, and you are greeted by the person that you've seen like looking out the windows, and they say, "Welcome to the secrets. We have a fine collection of jewels and gems and precious metals. What are you interested in buying or selling?" And then Ophelia says, "Oh, we're interested in selling. We heard you give great prices here." "Yes, we do, but it has to be gold." She says, "Oh, I think I do have some gold in here." And she like looks to you and she's like, "Right?
Of course.
Okay. Okay." And she like dumps this bag out onto the counter, and there's like a gold bracelet, some bronze, there's like a silver like spoon or something. And the proprietor says, "Yeah, not that." And they like have some golden tongs, and they pick up the silver spoon and they like throw it back at you. "I hate silver."
A man of fine taste.
It gives me
I think
horrible headaches. Just put
I'm
that
like
away.
walking around the shop as we're having this conversation, just kind of
Yeah.
like running a finger along shelves and picking things up and looking at them.
Yep.
Trying to get a sense of the layout and if there is a back room, what the
Mhm.
space inside looks like, all that kind of stuff.
Make an investigation check.
Ooh, we are gonna re-roll that one.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm at the front desk. I mean,
Okay.
like we're having a chat about silver and gold.
You notice so another guest enters, and they sort of ignore everything. Like they're not. You quickly realize they're not an actual guest, and they go to a door in the back, and they sort of like do a little knock on it, and then like a little panel opens, and then they get let in, and it's not stealthy at all. But it looks like there's this door that is guarded, or like there's somebody attending the door on the other side. Throughout all of this, Ophelia is like haggling poorly with this person, trying to get an amount of money for these trinkets.
I want to find something. If we just assume the value of what's on the table, I
Yep.
want to find something on the shelf that's worth like a tenth of that. Pick it up,
Yeah.
bring it over to him.
Easy enough. It's like maybe a little tin soldier.
I have a proposal for you. Your name? I didn't catch it.
Charismatic.
Kyriakos. And he's human?
They are a tiefling.
Oh, they're tiefling. Okay. I quite fancy this. This seems like
That is very valuable.
it's quite surprising, though. It's tin and not gold. You seem so enthralled by it.
Not everything can be gold, but nothing can be silver. Anyway, that is from the sunken city of the sirens. That is a precious artifact. You could get I would part. Really, it'd be difficult for me to part with that one, but we can make a deal.
How about everything on the table here in front of you for this?
Oh, that's a hard deal, but I have to accept. You seem like a nice couple, and your mother-in-law seems like a disaster, or your mother seems like a disaster, so my treat to you. And they start like gathering up everything that's on the table.
One quick question.
Yes?
You don't have any other proprietors of this establishment, do you?
Just me.
Anybody who... Really? So the value of this item is something you're willing to shoulder just on your own? It's so precious.
A lot of these things are precious. That's but one of many great artifacts.
So, nobody else will be upset that this is missing?
Everyone will.
Nobody will come... Oh, really?
All the people on the street will come in asking for it, and I'll say, no, I had to part with it. 4 people today have already asked about it, but they couldn't afford it.
Wow, it's fascinating. This is such a treasure. I want to, like, as we're having this conversation, slowly lean over the counter and just become more and more physically imposing on him.
Yeah.
Surely this would attract a lot of attention. If word got out that this was gone, maybe there's something else you can do for me instead.
Make an intimidation check.
Oh, come on!
Are you going to leave that?
I can't do anything
perfect.
with it. That's it.
So, yeah, you sort of lean over and then you like slip a little and like fall a little, and it destroys your charade. And then Callista chimes in and she says, what my husband's trying to say is, it'd be really unfortunate if the guards were to come in here. If this precious item were to go missing, surely the guards would come looking, and you don't want that, do you? And Teresa says, I see. No, we don't want the guards coming. I can give you a better deal. She's like, no. I don't want a deal. I don't want a better price. I want information. She says, husband, close the door.
Stand in front of it, body block.
Perfect. And so she like grabs this person's collar and says, I'm hunting your boss. and I know that he's not here. And so he doesn't have to know that I was here, but he will if he comes back and finds your head on the ground. And the person's like sweating at this point, says, I just run the, I don't know what they do back there. I don't know. I don't have any idea. And she says, good. Then you'll have no idea what I'm about to do back there. And you'll just stay up here and you'll pretend like nothing's wrong. But if I come back out here and you're not here, oh, that's going to be a problem. I'll be here. She says, good. And she like takes a dagger and stabs it through his hand onto the table. And she says,
Jesus.
to keep you here. And then she like does you like see her hand covers his and starts glowing, and like the blood stops and it's healed around the dagger that's stuck to the counter. She says, hey,
that's great.
like I said, we'll be right back and you will be here. Come along, husband. And she gets to the
Take
door.
the open sign and turn it around and draw the curtains.
Yep.
And then just go repeat that knock on the door inside, trying to stay as low and out of the way as possible.
Yeah. It opens, and they don't see you. Or make a stealth
as soon
check.
as it opens.
Okay.
As soon as it opens, I want to
the little
bang into it.
slash.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I see that. I know that somebody's on the other side now, so that
Gotcha.
opens, and then I just
Perfect.
barrel into the door
Make
to knock it open.
athletics check.
I'm gonna shout while I do this and give myself a raging advantage.
Perfect. Nice. Well,
I won't need it, but there you
you
go.
won't need it.
Oh,
but
I did
yeah.
need it. Oh well, okay.
Very good. Yeah, it opens. You are ready. You just bash this door down, like flat onto the person on the other side. They like yell a little, like "Wah!" in surprise, and then they're like crushed under your foot and the whole door.
Yeah.
And then Callista like walks through the door and she says, "Nicely done." Okay. So.
What do we see in front of us?
So inside of you, or inside of this room, is like looks like some rough living quarters. Like you see empty cots. It seems like most of the people that are here normally are not here at the moment. There were a couple. One of them you just crushed. And then there are a couple people or voices coming from this like open hatch with a ladder, and their voices are coming from up there. And you hear one of them go, "What's going on up there?" And she says, well, we have other friends. Shall we go?
You stay up here.
Okay.
See what's going on. And Sophron's gonna just like drop down the chute.
Yep. It's like a
Land
20-foot
superhero
drop or so.
pose.
Yeah, it's not
That's
too far,
fine.
but you land with a thud, and you people already are exclaiming with the sight of that, and then you rise up. They were not expecting someone of your size, and like one of them tries to make a break for it and gets around you. Another's like trying to grab a weapon or something. The one's like trying to book it around you. There's not that much room, so like you can just reach out and grab him if you want.
Yeah, I'm grabbing two heads and I'm smashing them together.
Perfect. They both then make an attack roll. It's fine. You smash them together. It's not very glamorous, but there's no one else down here to see, so it's fine. You see down here not what you were expecting to see. Or I don't know what you're expecting to see, but this is probably not it. This room is decked out in gold. Almost every surface is gold. There's gold items piled up, and at the far end is a sort of a makeshift shrine almost. Like it is clearly a place of worship, but it looks sort of hacked together, and every single bit of it is gold. There is a like small figurine of a like brilliant man with like a sunburst around him as the focus of this shrine.
And so there are three people down here. The one that I didn't conk their head, I want to like make eye contact with them.
Yeah. They're the ones that are like fumbling for they were trying to fumble for a weapon, and they froze after you conked the other two.
What's What's going on here?
Just some business.
Business of what kind? What are you trading? What are you doing?
We're
See any
we're-
customers?
a pawn shop.
Yes. Your excuse is rather flimsy, and I drop the other two people that I'm holding by the scruff of their collars to the ground, and I walk over to him.
Yep.
Standing over him. I know. This is not a pawn shop. Down.
Make an
What is
intimidation check.
this? Oh boy. God, I'm so big, but I'm so nice looking.
Do you have advantage on these?
I don't know why I
Well,
would.
but you just knocked out his friends. I'll give you advantage.
All right, great.
I thought maybe when you were raging you had advantage on it, but no, probably not. Okay, 14.
If it was a strength intimidation check, I would.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's fine. Whatever. 14's enough. They are like, just please don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. I'll tell you everything.
Well, start talking.
I was just down on my luck, okay? I was looking for a job, and then he has so much gold, and he said he'd give me some, so I just started doing it. And then before I knew it, we were building this shrine. I don't even know who Helios is. I've never heard of that person, but the boss is just so scary. And I mean, we're just here in Mitros. He doesn't tell me anything, I swear.
I want to call out in a very loud, commanding shout. Definitely so Callista can hear.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bless myself.
Uh-huh.
Start glowing. This brilliant aura that matches the gold in the room. You claim to work for Helios, but you don't know His Majesty?
No, I have no idea who he is.
You would blaspheme yourself in this way.
No, I swear, I wouldn't blaspheme.
You already have, child.
Okay, what do you need me to do? I can make it up, I swear. Just don't hurt me.
Darling,
Yes?
come down here a moment, would you?
She hops down and does a 3-point land. Looks
We're
down at
safe for
the knocked out people. Nice work. Yes?
He's all yours.
She walks up to him. I want to know what your boss is doing in this city. And you're going to tell us, or you're going to end up like your friends over there. He's like, okay. I did withhold one information, but it's truly, this is the last thing I know. You have to believe me. Okay, a few days ago, he had a delivery. There was a box. I didn't know it was in the box. He just came back with it, and then he gave it to somebody, and that's all. The last I saw of it. I don't even know what was in it. You have to believe me.
Who did he give it to?
I don't know. He just went out with it, and he came back, and he didn't have it anymore.
Who was it?
I don't know.
Describe them.
No, he left with it. And then he came back and he didn't have it. You can't ask him questions.
You've already shown that you don't know how to lie, particularly.
No, I don't lie. He doesn't like us to lie. He looks at you with those golden eyes and you just can't lie to him.
With my bless, can I make my eyes look gold? Is that a thing I'm allowed to do?
Roll a performance check.
Philosophically, is that allowed?
No.
God, no. Okay, well, that's fine. That's fine.
Well, I
When
believe
was
him.
this?
Yeah. He's like, like 2-3 days ago.
What do you know of this meeting that they had?
I truly don't know anything. He said, watch the place while I'm gone, and he left with the box, and then he came back and he was really upset, and he didn't have the box anymore.
He was upset?
Yeah.
Upset at whom?
He just said that the people he works with, he said that no one in this town's worth anything.
Fine.
He like,
You need anything else, darling?
no, I think I'm good. Get out of here. She like does this, and he like, ah! And then he like runs out of the ladder, and he like falls a couple times trying to get up. It's really pathetic. And then he gets up and he leaves, and leaving you, the two of you down here alone. He says, another mystery. I don't know what this box is. I had no idea he had a box.
I'm more interested in the fact that this is somehow related to Helios.
To
I came
who?
across Helios. I came across the satyr perhaps a month ago now, who had set up a shrine and worship to Helios, the same deity as is on this plaque.
I've never heard of a Helios. And
Neither had I.
If they have something to do with this man, I don't like them.
Agreed.
She has a little like ding 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 on her belt, and she's like, oh, okay. Well, our window's closing. We got to get out of here.
Fine. And there's nothing else in the room. There's no other exits or anything like
Mm-mm.
that.
Not really.
Okay.
And
So
she
then leave up the ladder.
back out to the front door. She goes over to Teresa's and says, thanks for holding that, and rips the dagger out of their hand, reopening the wound, and they cry out and sort of like fall to the floor, and she like cleans it off. She says, I think that was a very successful mission. Now we know there's a
I think
box,
so as well.
and I'm gonna find it.
All by yourself, are you?
You could help if you want.
Let's go hunting, shall we?
Perfect. And then you guys head out of this shop, leaving the screaming Teresa's behind you. And as the door slams shut, we'll call that one there. As you guys walk down the street, that was a pretty short little operation. So it's still like noon. But you guys have the rest of the day. We'll say narratively, spend the next couple days with her. She's staying somewhere else, and she's a little like, she doesn't come with you. Like, she doesn't like come to the palace and like live there. Like, she has a place.
Yeah.
She's a little
Yeah.
secretive about it, and she like doesn't tell you where it is, but she like goes there every night, and then you guys meet up in the morning. Sometimes she'll do an operation by herself. Sometimes she'll give you an operation to do by yourself, but you generally spend most of the days together trying to do this. You are not really successful. You don't get much more information. You go back to the Sunforged Secrets a couple days later, and like the whole place is shut down. Like, they cleared it out. And that was sort of your last lead with her. And so the next couple days you spend them with her, which are nice, but it's pretty unfruitful as far as the investigation goes. Okay. So now we will go on a very short break. And when we come back, Connor will be replaced by a different person. And we'll see who that is.
Oh my goodness.
So we'll be back shortly. And I am back. And you'll see Connor is now Sarah. So we have another of our players will be spending some alone time in the city of Mitros. So for you, Nemia, this will be the same day as you all have stopped the storm that was ravaging Mitros. Maybe you all sort of parted ways. You had a rough go of it, and I think maybe some of you just needed some space. So that afternoon, you all spent some time alone, leaving you wandering the palace with your own thoughts. What is going through Nemia's head?
I think Nemia she's got a lot to chew on, and she feels like our current problems are like maybe a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
What we should focus on is this mysterious note. That seems like the most tangible problem she can tackle at the moment. And that's for a meeting at midnight in the gardens. So she's like compartmentalizing. She's like, I'm just gonna focus on this thing. She's actually kind of excited about it because like she's like, it's gonna be a meeting of minds. Like what kind of person will pop out? So she's gonna stroll, I think, through the city and do a little shopping, like get herself some snacks, just take it all in, you know. This is like only her 4th time shopping, so we're gonna like try to find some Mitros specialties. But I think she like finds herself looking for a playhouse. Like as she's wandering, like she remembers in Astoria had a great time watching a play with Elegy. And so I feel like she's just gonna kind of follow the roads and see what there is to see at the playhouse maybe. And like sit down and enjoy like seeing a movie, but seeing a play.
Let's say on your way to the playhouse, you smell something delectable and there's like a street food merchant hawking some type of street food, a Mitros special. It's probably fish and olive based. And you buy one.
You
you're
can
like,
smell
this
that
is
streets away.
Yeah, and you're like, this is a treat for me, and I'm gonna get it because this is my day. And so you get it, and you're eating it on your way. You get to the playhouse, and there's quite a number of them. You just sort of pick one at random, one that looks good, but not like, oh, poshy. And you go on in, you purchase a ticket. Some people are like...
I hide my snack and then I bring it out once I'm through.
So this is I think this is a play about maybe the first of the great games that's on people's mind. And so there's like very famous athletes that have competed in the great games, and they've just sort of this inflated mythology about them. And this is simply a tale of one of them. It's not like impactful or like deep, but it is very enjoyable. As you're finishing your like fish and olive treat, you're left with just like the napkin that it came with. And like, you look down at the napkin and it has like writing on it. And it says, it just in like scribbled letters, like someone wrote it really quickly. It says, "Why have you forgotten me?" And you're like in the middle of a play. Like this is like a quiet.
It's quiet. It is quiet, but Nemia has been reacting to everything out loud the whole time. So I feel like she's been like, boo to the bad person.
Yeah.
So she sees this, and I guess, you know, she has to like hold it up to even really read it, block it, and she turns around to the person behind her and she says, "Can you see this? What does this say?"
Yeah, this is a good part.
No, but read that. Just read this.
Oh, why have you forgotten me? Why are you? They like
thank you.
Shove you down. Jeez, Louise, these play people are the worst.
Can I investigate this note?
Yeah.
Somehow? I don't know what exactly.
I think investigate might. You can roll investigation. We'll see what you learn based off the roll.
Cool. Play forgotten.
Yeah, it looks like, well, one, you were really excited to get this snack at the beginning, and you are confident that this writing was not on it when you bought it. You are trying to remember. There were a couple places like you passed and like you like set it down for a second or two, not thinking anything of it, but you're like, it's generally been in my sight, but it's not been like gripped in your hand the whole time. But it looks quickly written. It's not like someone was like calligraphying. It was like sprawled quickly. But you're confident it was not on it when you bought it.
And it's not like magic spell from afar on this
It
napkin?
looks like it's just written in like black chalk. So maybe it's super spell black chalk, but
Gotta get me some of that chalk. Okay. Great. She is freaked out, but like not shaken, but
Okay.
she's like, oh god, what now? But I think while she's going through this, she's like gonna kind of like calculate how old she is. Like, we don't actually know exactly how old she is. She's like, who else? She just knows she's old.
Sure.
So she's gonna be like, who else could possibly? Like, she's talking out loud now. She's going like,
Hey,
she's
keep it
counting on
down.
her hands. She's like, that was 100 years ago, and you know, elves can live that long, but who else could live that long? And I guess maybe like roll a check to like narrow down.
Be
Maybe
like a history?
yeah, like a history.
Okay.
Something of just like common sense.
Yeah. And you're trying to say who was
Yeah,
alive.
like who could have known me when
Got it.
before?
Yeah.
Like I know I was asleep.
Yep.
For like a real long time. Who could live that long?
Got it. Yeah.
Just
History.
to narrow down my choices. It's gonna be anybody. Great.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
It's quite rare for someone to have lived that long, but not impossible. If you remember, Aesop is about that old. There are a number of people that like of those races that have longevity that are still around. They're just not common people in Thylea, so that number of people that have lived that long is not rare, or is quite rare. A lot of Fae also have very extended life, so that is also like they live for an amount of
Quite a
time,
few
and
of
yeah,
those.
not any human like that. No human would naturally live that long. Yeah. So I mean, you've met
And
a
the
handful
Oracle
of
is
those people.
Fae.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we've met like a handful of people. And so yeah, she's gonna be like, okay, it's okay. So I know that I'm looking for at least somebody super
Yeah.
rare or special. They'll kind of stand out from the crowd a little bit.
Yeah.
And
You're
she'll
having
just,
this monologue to yourself, and like
Yeah,
people are getting up and moving away from you.
she doesn't care. She's like, oh no, I can spread out. I can put my snack here. And she puts her sword here. She can put her feet up in
Yep.
front of her.
You have a lot of room here. Yeah.
Yeah, and now we're back on the play, and
Yep.
we're like, what did I miss? Kind
Okay.
of a thing.
Yeah. It rounds out with just sort of, I don't know, one of the great athletes like leads one of the Arisian campaigns to like a great victory, and it's just sort of like it's like a blockbuster like superhero film essentially. Like it's not deep, like I said, it's more for just entertainment, but it's a good Yeah.
It's very compelling. We did better work when we were in the play in
Yeah.
Astoria, but there's nothing. It's apples to oranges.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then sort of as you're filing out of this, you hear people like complaining and giving you like glares.
Great, that's fine. I'm munching on the olives that somebody left when they hurriedly left the scene.
Yeah. Instead of popcorn, they just have boxes of olives. Yeah.
Olives and like, I don't know, maybe
Yeah.
some almonds.
Yeah. It's widely expensive. It's like $5 for a bag of olives.
I can't believe in my luck. This is great. My choice is great. Walks out.
Perfect.
Here, I'm imagining like all of the weapons behind her, like blocking her the whole time.
Yep.
Great.
It's like a
Yeah,
cone of
and-
people that did not sit behind you, so the view was not blocked.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That one person, that one sucker sat behind me.
Let's see. And then let's say between all of your little like the play and the rest of your time walking around the city, it is now pretty late, getting toward, we'll say midnight. where you have a meeting.
Yeah. So she'll go. I think she'll go a little early. I think Nemea is treating this like a spy meetup. You know, like where two enemy spies like sit
Oh,
on a
yeah.
park bench together, and like sort of look at each other, but like sort of are just like sitting side by side, like pretending like they're both having their coffee.
Yeah. When you get
And, like,
there, Valis is just like hanging out in the gardens, sort of perusing, and she says, "Oh, Nemea,
yes? Valis, what are you doing here?
I'm enjoying the gardens.
Oh,
This
well,
is
that's funny
one
you
of-
should say that. Me too.
They're lovely this time of night. There's not many people around, so I generally have this time to myself. You are welcome to share these with me, though. Aren't they lovely?"
Yes, yes, they are lovely. I will. And I'll like walk next to her and I'll be like, do you want an olive? I'll just like offer her some olives that I took from the theater.
I'm good.
But they're free.
Ah. She takes one and she like puts it in her mouth. Lovely.
They're free. And Nemea will, I guess we're just like circling.
Yeah.
We're just like walking together.
Uh-huh.
And she'll be like, "Yo, do you ever meet anyone in the gardens at night? Seems a pretty
Generally,
private
no.
place."
It is. I try to come here because there's not people. There's so many people seeking me during the day. This is truly the only alone time I have. You're not infringing. I just
Okay. Because I can go sit on that bench right over there if you need to decompress.
no, it's fine. I'll probably head out. But do enjoy the gardens. She
Certainly, but
like grabs your hand, sort of pats it. She's like just casually leaves
can I do insight just to like?
onto the goddess of wisdom. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't expect to succeed,
Yeah. Okay.
but just for, I guess like the vibe.
Yeah.
Like, what was her vibe?
Yes.
4.
It was really strange.
Great.
For like a reason you can't really identify why it was strange, but it was not a usual interaction.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you just met her like earlier today,
Mm-hmm.
but it was still weird.
Okay, but not like this is a person disguised as Valis.
No,
This
it
is
generally
Valis
seems
having a
like
weird
Valis.
day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Leaving you alone in
Well-
the garden. Yeah.
Great. She must not have liked olives. Okay, great. Was there anything on my hand? Like I like look at my hand and do like notes?
No, there's no notes on your hand.
Damn. Great. Can I see what she was looking at before I like came? Or was she looking at anything particular?
Yeah, make a perception check.
I feel like I just like take the end of my spear and I'm like poking around where she was.
Yeah, she was looking at like a bed of flowers when you came in. And you like root around this. It like there's no hidden notes. There's nothing suspicious about them. They're quite lovely flowers. And you're confident. Like you hide things all the time. It doesn't seem like there's anything hidden here or anything really suspicious about these flowers. So whatever weirdness she just had, it was unrelated to
was her,
what
yeah.
she was
It
doing
was her.
before you got here.
Great. The flowers are conveniently aerated now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great. So she'll and maybe be like, I don't know what that was, but
Perfect.
time will tell. And
Yep.
she'll
And
sit
it's
on the
still
bed.
like, you're still like, we'll say you're like 30 minutes early or so before midnight.
Mhm.
You're sitting there, hanging out. Make me an investigation check if you would.
Sure. Yeah, I feel like she's noting everybody that like comes or comes or leaves.
Yeah, not one other person came in. It was you and Valis. Valis left, and you've been alone here since.
Okay.
You're sort of sitting there waiting and looking around, and you're like interrogating every single thing here. And like you get up and you
I,
move
like, see a
benches a couple
shadow move.
times. And
I'm like getting
yeah.
frustrated.
Yeah.
I like this was gonna be a cool moment, and no
Yeah.
one showed up.
And then you sit back onto your original bench,
Mm.
and you look, and just like out of the corner of your eye, you like see something that just doesn't like. You're just like, what? And then you look, and like one of the trees
Hmm.
has something carved into it.
Mhm.
It says, "Wait, rest, sleep."
Great. Yeah, I guess I'm sleeping on the bench. I don't. Is the handwriting the same as the note that I had received mysteriously?
Ooh, that is a good question. I don't want to make you roll an investigation again. Roll perception.
Okay.
No, not a D6, because I know the answer.
Well done. We are emotionally attached to this answer. Great. Yeah, I feel like she'll pull out that original note and like hold it up
Yep.
and be like comparing. Oh, the downstroke is a little bit different. 10.
Yeah, it looks similar. You are not quite sure that it is the same writing, but it maybe it looks like it's taken more time. Like the other one was scrawled hastily. This looks like it was a little more like relaxed, but it definitely looks similar. If not by the same person, by like something similar.
Okay. Similar build. Similar
Yeah.
hands. Like.
Yeah, they give the same
Trained in the
vibe.
same school.
Yeah, yeah.
Great. She'll like take a quick little etching of it.
Yep. Okay.
She's got spare paper, like the other part of her fish
Napkin.
snack paper.
Yeah, there's like a little
She'll
grease on it.
Yeah, she'll take her chalk and just do the etching.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, she will wait, rest, and sleep.
Okay. You
She's
just
going to be very literal.
take a
and
nap
just, like,
on the bench.
Take a nap on the bench.
Okay.
She'll leave
yeah.
the olives under the tree.
Yeah. You wait a little bit. Midnight comes and goes, and like you're waiting. You're trying to rest, but you're also like a little nervous. You're like, it's hard to fall asleep because you're sort of amped up. You thought this was going to be a big thing, and it sort of is petering out. But eventually, sleep does take you briefly. It's like when you're like dozing off, and you're not quite asleep, but you're almost there. It's not very restful. And in that time, you start to hear a voice that says, "Why have you forgotten me?"
Do I
And you
see
open your
anybody?
eyes,
Oh,
you
okay.
like jolt awake, and you're sitting on your bench. And the garden's sort of the same, except now there's a bench across from you, and you are sitting on the bench across from you.
All right. This is a little bit weird. I don't know if I like this. Are you me?
I am you. Why have you forgotten me?
Why are you leaving me cryptic notes?
I'm trying to get through to you.
I'm trying to get through to you.
Well, here I
What
am.
do I need to remember? How do I remember?
You must remember what you've done and what you need to do. These people are not important.
These people are not important.
None of these people are important.
What's important?
It is important that you remember your oath.
Okay. And how do I remember my oath? Why can't you just tell me right now?
I can't do that.
Why not?
I just can't until you until you remember yourself, I can't just tell you. I am you.
Okay, well, how do I remember?
I don't know.
No. Two Nemias arguing with each other. All right, well, I'm working on it. Will the oracle help?
No, don't believe her. She lies.
Everybody's lying.
You can trust me. I am you.
Great. I would like to roll a check. I have no idea what to
Maybe insight.
Insight. Great. Yeah, I guess Nemia's brain with Proto-Nemia is like, what are the commonalities between us? Not like just physical, but like in behavior.
Okay, yeah.
Like, are there behavioral similarities?
Yeah, they generally have your mannerisms. Like, it's pretty eerie. Like, it's like you're looking in a mirror and like you're acting in a mirror, but it's not doing what you're doing. But the Proto-Nemia says, "You can trust me. I am you, not that witch that prophesizes." Nemia, you must remember the great things you've done. We can be great again. You and me. Forget them all.
Forget, remember. You're telling me two different things.
We are important, Nemia. They are forgotten. They're holding you back. Aeneas, Elegy, they are not important.
I don't know if they are very nice to me. Why are they holding me back? You're not helping me at all. They're helping me.
I'm trying to help you.
How would you help me?
I would have you be great. It's what's in it for us, Nemia.
What is in it for us?
Greatness. We can do what we used to do. We can soar.
Great. Nemia hates this. Sarah hates this. Hates it in a good way.
The other Nemia says, like, she like looks off to the side and like it's almost like she's hearing something. And she says, "I must go, but you must remember, and don't trust them. They lie." And then you open your eyes, reveal, and you're on the bench, and the garden is normal again.
That was a little bit. I'm gonna I'll jolt up and then I'll like play it cool.
Yeah. It's like probably early morning now. Like you slept, and you slept way longer than just that little bit of time. But now you jolt awake, and like maybe there's other people like the gardeners are starting to come to work.
Yeah. I'll be like, oh, good job. Keep doing. Don't mind me. Keep doing what you're doing. And I'll like kind of scurry off on my way, I think, to like find something a little more familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. As you leave the gardens, you're just like, I think you're a little frustrated, and you're like, maybe there's like a rock, and you're like kicking a rock down the road, and you're just like keeping it going with you. And you're just like, I don't know, you're like muttering to yourself, and you hear a scream abruptly cut off. Like someone yells in fear and like sort of anger, cut off mid scream. And you like look, and you just happen to be like right at an alley, and you look, and there is like a hooded figure, and like you see them like come around a corner. They put their hood up, they sort of see you, and then they like try to nonchalantly like walk the other way back down the alley and go around the corner.
No, I follow that person.
Perfect. You go down the alley, and it sort of opens up into not like a backyard, but like there's someone's door. Maybe they have like a little garden, and like it's sort of the entry to their house. There's like I don't know. There's like sort of signs of a struggle. There's like this creepy statue, and nobody else. There's like maybe one of the doors like banging open, like it's loose. And then you turn around, and sort of walking down the alley quickly is the hooded figure. And they sort of like, you see them turn and look at you, and then they speed up.
Double time follow that person. There seems to be no one like injured hanging out at this house, right?
No, there's clearly signs of a struggle, but there's no injured people here.
Okay, great. Yeah, I will hurry up and follow that hooded figure and maybe even try to like cut them off, like get ahead of them.
Yeah, make a stealth check to try to do so.
I would love to make a check. Namia's like, this is a concrete problem that I can actually interact with. Perfect, just what we wanted.
Bonus is crazy. Yeah. Okay. You like they turn and you're like perfect. You like turn early, sprint stealthily, and try and cut them off from the other side. And like you turn ready to like confront them. Like you time this perfectly. They're not there. You're like, what? This doesn't make any sense. And you like look up. You like hear a little shuffle, and you like see the flip of their cape as they're now on the roof, and like they are on the roof, so they are up a level.
Okay. Yeah.
So you didn't fail. I'm keeping track, and you're accumulating successes during this trace.
Okay, great. So we will go up on the roof.
Perfect. You scurry on up.
After them.
Perfect. They see you, and they're really like not being like, they see you chasing them, and they are dropping all sense of stealth, and they're like trying to run quickly now. It's very early morning. There's dew on these tiles, so it's very slippery.
Mm-hmm.
Make a dexterity save.
Save?
Yeah,
Okay.
or
I thought you were gonna
check
say
either.
acrobatics.
Not yet.
Great. I'll do a dex save.
Perfect. Yeah.
18.
You like initially slip a little bit, but you get your footing, and you quickly like chase after them.
I feel like I Tokyo drift. I like,
Yep.
and then I get my footing, and I'm just Terminator
Perfect.
running.
Yeah.
after.
So now you guys are just sprinting. Like you're not being stealthy anymore. Both of you are just sprinting full speed across these these rooftops. They get to one and they leap very like a pretty forceful leap, and they grab onto maybe like you guys are on like a first level, and they are like jumped and grabbed up onto like the third level roof, and then they have to like try and pull themselves up.
Parkour.
Yeah. But now they're like way up tall.
Oh, nope, we're doing that too.
Perfect.
I feel like
Athletics
Namia
check.
is like, you know, like just like yipping with joy. And she's like, woohoo! Acrobatics check, you say?
Athletics check.
Athletics check.
As you try to jump forcefully. Wow,
17.
dude, so good. Okay, perfect.
I'm
They
telling you, she can handle this.
you grab it and you like start to pull yourself up, and you see them, and they're like resting, like they thought they saw you. They see you, your fingers grab, and they like, and then they like they're trying to run. Their footing slips, and they sort of slide down, and like you see them as you pull yourself up, like tumble off the side of the roof.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will try to save them.
Okay.
I'll throw a rope
Ooh,
from my bag of tricks.
perfect. Let's see. This is just how quickly you can do it. So maybe this will just be a straight dexterity.
Okay.
Actually, maybe we'll make it a sleight of hand, just because like maybe you have to like tie a knot and throw it to them really quick.
Yeah. Like, how good is my lassoing skills?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like she like sees him fall, and she just like whips it out. 9.
You do grab them. Your lasso, you didn't lasso in time, but you do like grab their hand. And then their glove slips, and you hold their glove as they fall.
Got it.
Like they fall, what, 3 stories? I said, and they just sort of like crumple.
Is there a haystack?
It's not a haystack. They sort of crumple as they land, but they don't get up and run away.
Great. Well, I will slowly make my way down since they're no longer running. Are they? I will do a medical check. I'll be like, hello, smack, smack, smack.
Yeah.
Are they breathing?
Do a medicine check.
Yeah. I have a medical kit too. Healing kit.
We'll just say medicine.
Just do a little check.
Yeah. They
Look at
are
that.
alive. Maybe they've like broken one of their legs. They're not like dead.
Okay.
But they're like in pain, and like you get to them, and like they are sort of defeated. And they like you see that they're like looking around for something, but they're like, okay, you got me.
You're really going to have to do better.
I mean, you're pretty
Do you
good.
think you can be part of the Thieves Guild and work with performance like this?
I mean, I'm normally pretty good.
Not today. And
Yeah.
I barely slept at all.
Well,
I really need to up your training more.
I
What
mean,
was your training regimen?
they
Who
are
taught
like
you?
they list off their thieving accolades. They're like heist of 62, me. The great chase, that was me. And they're like listing off all these things. They're like, but skill respects skill. I gotta hand it to you. That's pretty good. I liked what you did. That was pretty noble. You tried to catch my hand.
Yeah. And I'm here now not killing you.
That's true. Are you
So,
interested in joining?
yeah, I'm looking
I
for a
could
little
put in
work.
a good word.
Yeah, who's working? I just came from Astoria. Who's running things in Matros these days?
You haven't heard. You don't know about the Lady of Coins.
No, I don't. I barely know anything. Astoria is like the boonies compared to here.
It is. This is the big times. Anyway,
Big time.
the crew I run with was the Cult of the Snake. We're sort of heroes of the people.
I
Lady of
can't
Coins, she's wonderful. She's the greatest boss I ever worked with. She's harsh, but she's fair. I respect that.
Yeah, how much do you earn? How much do we get to keep of the things we take?
It's not about keeping. It's about the score. She gives
Oh.
us some, but we give it up, That's what makes us different. We help the people.
Yes. So, do you know anything about these children who've gone missing?
No, I don't. That's not my...
That's not
That's
not
not
what
me.
the cult of
No,
the snake
no.
is about.
No, we liberate the funds for the people. These people don't earn it. Those...
So, did you just
Fancy
liberate
nobles.
some funds?
I got a pretty big haul. He like whips out a big sack of gold.
I'll let you keep some of that haul. Most of it, anyway. If you put in a good word for me at the cult of the snake.
Yeah. If you wanna join, you can stop by the headquarters later.
Oh, the headquarters.
Go to the
I'm new in town. Where is that?
Salted Leech.
Oh,
Ask for Varnix.
You got it. Well, you won't be seeing the last of me. And what was your name again?
We don't use names.
No names.
We're of the
I
people.
can see you're professionals. Yeah. It's evident. She'll look at the leg.
It's like, hey, yeah, you mind helping me a little bit?
What's in it for me?
Well, no one can put in a good word if I don't get back.
Fair point. And I'll use my healing kit to stint him up.
Yeah, you spend the next 30 minutes like helping this guy wobble out to like an apothecary. Like you get him set up at the surgeon. He's like, "Hey, yeah, thanks, I appreciate it.
I've
I'll
like
put in
gotten
that good
apprentice
word."
now.
Yeah, like you guys are talking like you're comparing like thieves tactics the whole time.
Oh, you use those kind of lockpicks?
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just like banter back and forth. And then eventually at this like apothecary, he gets like rushed. He gets taken into the back room so they can like set his leg or whatnot, and you just sort of are left alone, and then you end up wandering out, and then you have the rest of the day.
Leave a mysterious note because I feel like that's been happening. I want
Yeah.
to turn the tables here.
Yeah.
I'm going to flip the script.
Okay?
So I'll leave a note that's like, You'll know when I arrive with something not good.
Perfect.
Right.
Okay. And with that, we'll end your adventure in my trust. So, we will be back. And I am back, and you will have noticed again, my player has changed. Now we are joined by Sean. So, Sean, playing Aeneas. We will, let's see. So this is the day after you all have solved the storm problem. You guys are spending... Everyone seems to have something that they want to do in Mitros, and they're going to do it. You are sort of left alone. Like, you don't have things that you want to do in this place. You want to get out of
Yeah,
this
I hate
place.
this city.
But unfortunately, all of your friends have said, no, we need to stay here, and then they ditched you. And it's not a great feeling. So what's going through Aeneas' head is he's just maybe just wandering around town.
I think he is kind of grumpy generally. He's sort of like just staying really quiet. I think he's retracing some of the old streets that he's used to walk, but he's not really engaging with anyone. I mean, he doesn't need it very often, but he's got sort of his quarterstaff out and he's using it to help him find his way along. Definitely feeling... It's been a long time since he's been in a city, so like overwhelmed from the different sort of like sounds, smells, like all of his senses are sort of overwhelmed. So he's not having the best time, and he did recently almost die. So he's having it rough, but I think he's retracing those old paths to sort of like center himself in this city that he like once knew but is now not as familiar with. And so he finds his way back to Stygian Row. Which is a place he's spent some time at.
And you're just sort of,
I think,
you're in your head, you're walking, and I don't know, maybe you have like just something that you're eating, you're just sort of wandering around your way, and maybe you like stumble and you like drop whatever it is you're eating, and you try to go and pick it up, and like a little hand grabs it from you and says, "Hey, mister, can we have this? You didn't seem like you wanted it, you dropped it."
Oh, well, yeah, I think I'm okay, but, it's fair to do a trade, maybe. I think he sort of, like, kneels down. He's like, "What's your name?"
What's my name?
Yeah, my name's Aeneas.
Mine's Lou.
Lou, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, mister. You got any more of that food?
Yeah, I think I do. Lou, you got any friends around here? Or like, I've got a lot of food actually, and I think I've got a little trick. He sort of winks. That might help y'all out.
Oh yeah, I got a whole gang, mister. All of us, we got me, Lou, we got May, we got Pat, we got Phil, we got the whole gang.
How many Phils you got in there?
Just one? Why would you ask that?
Just one. Never mind. It's a bad joke. All right. Well, I think he kind of pulls out his pack and he kind of looks through it and makes sure that he can see the food that Aeneas definitely has more food. This is maybe less appetizing because it's not fresh.
It's like,
but
whoa, this ain't some trick, right? You're gonna give us all that?
No trick. No trick. Swear it on Thylea herself. I mean, you can have all this for sure, but I think Aeneas sort of like does a little sleight of hand, grabs his wand, and he casts Goodberry real quick, and then like in his hand, sort of 10 really like plump, juicy pieces of fruit sort of like pop up, and he goes, "I've got extra if you'll need it."
Whoa, you can just make food like that?
Well, sometimes.
Wow.
It takes a little bit of work.
Can you teach me?
Sorry, mate. Maybe when you're a little older, if you ever feel the calling, try and talk to maybe some of the druids. It's a trick I learned from them.
Oh. well, can I have that now if you're not going to use it?
Sure.
He like
And-
eats 3 of the berries.
He feels grotesquely
Yeah.
full, considering they.
I don't know
they
about these
fulfill your-
berries, mister. These are really filling.
They nourish a regular creature for 24 hours. I believe.
This is a small child, yeah.
All right, slow down, slow down. So to grab some baggies. They just really just need 1 per person. All right. I think he kind of think he says, "You got anyone looking out for you down here? Just
No,
you
I
kids,
mean,
or you got someone a little older."
We got the gang. We got me. That's Lou. We got May. We got Phil and Pat. That's the whole gang. We look out for each other.
All right. Well, who's the oldest of the group? Can I meet them?
That's me.
I'll give
Can't you
them-
tell? Look, I'm big. I'm probably 10.
Oh, I think Aeneas briefly has a distinct look of concern before he goes, "You're right, 10."
This child
It's
is
a-
not 10. This child
not
is
10.
less than 10.
Maybe he can tell. Yeah, he'll sort of humor him, and it'll be like, "God, 10's a big age, but so is 8, and even even younger than that can get a lot done." All right, well, since you're the oldest, you're in charge. I've got an important lesson that you've just learned by eating too many of these berries. He conjures up 10 more, and he says, "I'm gonna give you all of these, and you can give them to whoever you like, but only 1 per person, okay? And it'll keep you full for the next day, but you've got to use them within a day, all right?
Oh, I can
They
use
don't-
them.
Yeah, give them to your friends, maybe even give them to your enemies. Whoever's hungry, okay? Give them to whoever's hungry."
Perfect. So you distribute these berries to the children. And we'll say the next day you come back and like now the gang is all here and like you meet all of the children and they sort of take to you pretty quickly. And you find yourself spending a lot more time with them. Like your friends are all doing stuff busy, sort of leaving you alone. And you just keep finding yourself drawn back here. The gang gets more and more. Once people start learning that you're giving out food, you get like a whole group going. But the core gang,
A retinue.
Lou, May, Pat, and Phil, they're pretty sweet kids. They're rough, but like they're sweet underneath.
Yeah, I mean, I've dealt with rougher.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Maybe like 4 or 5 days later, like you are going to meet them and you're like walking down the street and you're making a big show of it. Like you always are like, I don't know, maybe you like perform and like get the kids like all riled up before you hand out the berries. And you're doing that like normal. And this time you see the 4 of them like all, or you don't know, the 4 of them are all eager, ready to go. And you hear like a snap and like you're on like an alley or something like that. And you look, or a like runaway barrel maybe has like some freak accident up the road. A barrel comes barreling down and just like hits all of the children into a wall and like they all just get wiped out right in front of your eyes.
I think, yeah, Aeneas sort of like already had his good berries sort of summoned.
Ready to go, yeah.
Yeah. And he sort of like drops them, of course, immediately and like rushes over to the kids. Yeah, and I think he is like immediately like, "Lou, May, what?" He's like trying, he's kind of like feeling around. I don't think he fully could tell what happened, and he's like, I think maybe he like casts a healing word on one of them to try and fix whatever's just happened.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What's
you
wrong?"
do that. You cast a spell, and you've done this maybe in your past, where like you've cast a healing spell on someone who's like already dead, and like it feels wrong. Like you almost feel a spell come back to you. It like gets rejected by the target, and you do that, and like you feel that horrible thing, and then you're like holding one of them. You don't even know which one, but then you like hear Lou say, "Mister, and then they go like limp in your arms.
Yeah. And I think Aeneas just like starts crying, obviously.
And like no
And
one
is,
else
like,
cares. Like
holding
people are
them.
just walking around you, and you're just like there crying, holding the body of this Lou for who knows how long. Like it's been hours or so.
Yeah. And I think he is like, I think he just sort of like gets up and like leaves in a sort of dissociated state.
This this brings back a lot of feelings for you. You've had things happen like this, and
Right.
this felt good. Like not this present thing, but like it felt like you were actually doing something. Like you were feeling good. You thought maybe now that you're like this hero of the Oracle, maybe it's over. Maybe this isn't going to happen anymore. And this is just a slap in the face that no, it's not over.
Yeah. He's sort of like, I think he's like I can't get close to anyone. And so he sort of just starts wandering the streets again for the rest of the day, for like the next couple days, at least.
Like a couple of the different orphans like come up to you. Like
I just ignore them. I just shrug them off totally.
You hear
I've
like
never
they're
met
a
them.
little hurt and confused by why you're just now ignoring them. But you just pass them by, and then eventually you stop even going around Stygian Row to avoid them in general.
Yeah, for sure. And I think eventually he sort of like snaps out of it, or maybe not snaps out of it, but sort of like finds himself maybe in one of the small like green spaces, and sort of like is, just resting underneath a tree before he finally like starts to come to and feels this like, I think he feels sort of like an innate connection to Thylea and nature, like through that. So he feels like this pull almost as like a reminder to center himself, but then also he feels it like leading towards maybe other druids. And so he's like, I need answers. I need wisdom. And the only people I've ever been able to get that from are the druids. And so he's going to go to the druids to try and see if they know anything. And also, now that he knows that this doom is sort of connected to the fates, like he starts to realize that he needs to know more about the fates.
Perfect. So you head to the Vault of Thylea, the Bank of Mytros, which is situated underneath a great oak tree. And it is run by the druids of the Old Wood, sort of the primary people that worship and act through like Thylea, the primal force, rather than the Titans or the Five. And you get there, and it is a normal bank. So you walk in, and like you bump into a line of people that are waiting at the bank, and you have to sit there and wait in line. And then you get up to the get up to the little counter, and they say, account number.
Yeah. Well, my name's Aeneas. I don't have an account per se, but
Sir, if you don't have, would you like to open an account? You're in the wrong line for that. This is for members only.
No. Well, maybe. I don't have that much money. Actually, I'm also a druid, and I assume I have a token, sort of something to establish my druidhood. Maybe I think it's like a. What is it? They have a symbol. Anyways, and so he's kind of like pulls out maybe a pin of his. It's like my mentor gave this to me, but I need some help and guidance in the city. I know you're a bank, but is there anyone I can talk to for a moment, just to get some help?
Yes, you can. You're in the wrong line for that. You can talk. Lyra is. If you are here for druidic guidance, that's the line, and they point over to a much shorter line.
A very short.
A very short line. And you.
Thank God.
And then
Thank
as
Thylea.
you leave, they say, "Make sure to take a ticket." And you take a ticket. And then you get in line and you wait a little bit and then you get up there and now you're sitting at another desk with Lyra and they say, "Have you come seeking druidic guidance?"
Yes, I need a little bit of help.
Okay. Well, here, and they like flip the paper around and they're like, "Okay, well, sign here and then check these boxes and initial, and there's a small fee down here. Yeah, we can work out the details later. Yep, sign, perfect." And then they like, before you know it, they have all these papers and they're like, "Okay, stamp, done. So, how can I help you?" Oh, and then they hit a little timer and the clock starts ticking.
Yeah, well, so I need more information about the fates.
The fates.
Like, the fates.
The fates.
The big fates.
The big
Yeah,
fates.
but I don't remember learning about them very much.
They are not. They don't have any place in this world. They're not part of Thylea's mission. Thylea gave us free will and order, and they don't abide by that.
Well, all right. So, but they're here somewhere.
They're
Do
not
we know where
here.
they are? They're not here.
No, we don't
They're
seek
not
them
here?
out. No, they're not here with us.
Okay.
They're nebulous. Are they real? Who knows? They're a construct, but they're not. They're not natural.
Right. Well, okay. They're not natural. Well, who would
They
I
rewind
go
the
to-
clock. Starts ticking again.
Who would I go to learn more about
Oh.
the fates? Is there any knowledgeable person? Any researcher? Academic?
Let's see. Some of the druids that are still in the old wood, maybe I haven't been there in some time.
I
I
can't
don't
go
know.
all the way to the Dullwoods. I don't have time for
Let's
that.
see. There was a man a
in the
couple
city.
years ago that came and asked for the same question. He also wanted information on the fates. Maybe he's found it. You could go to him.
Okay, sure. What's his name?
His name is Ecolon, I believe. I think he's a professor.
Ecolon. A professor. Okay. Well, I guess I can go to the academy. All right.
You're a druid, you said.
Well,
What order are you part of? What suborder?
the
What corps?
circle. It's circle.
Oh,
Circle of the stars,
makes sense. Okay.
ma'am. Yeah, what are you?
Circle of the coin.
Yeah. All right. I'll keep that to myself.
Should I rewind this?
No,
Can.
we're
Well,
good.
Perfect. Well, let's see. So, advice we talked about druids. We talked about past advice, other member advice. So, it's quite the tally. I'll bill it we'll send it. Where can I send the bill?
Yeah, send it to Acestus. Yeah, he's
Oh, okay. Perfect. We'll send it right over.
the palace. Yeah, send it to the palace.
Perfect. Have a blessed day. May Thylea watch over your money.
Yeah, right. May Thylea watch over you, I guess. And Aeneas will leave. The fucking circle of the coin. God, those. You know, they're important, but no one likes them.
Yeah, nobody in the old woods really likes these people. They're sort of like sellouts. Like they
Yeah.
didn't want to
And they
live in the
live in a
forest.
city?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
So,
But this is expected.
they're not well spoken of, but
Correct, yeah.
they're still part of the order.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Aeneas will just, with the blithe confidence of someone who knows nothing, will just walk on over to the cat. He'll ask them, be like, yeah, sorry, could you help me find my way to the? Sometimes he kind of like puts on a little shtick where he like really pretends he can't see, or like he's really using his quarterstaff, to make it look like he needs more help. And he's like, please, so I need to make it to the academy to to meet my father. Could you help me?
Yeah.
Just ask like a random person.
You ask some random person, and then they like push you off and like run, like sort of shove you and then walk away. But then you hear, "Oh, if you're going to the academy, I can take you there." And someone comes out of the bank, and they sort of like take your arm and said, "I heard you talking to Lyra. My name's Kilmari, by the way.
Oh. Yeah.
I'll be honest,
Hello,
I'm a
Kilmari.
druid too, but I was thought that the circle of the coin was going to be a lot different. And between you and me, they're sort of lame."
I mean, well, we try not to speak too bad about them, but
You should hear what they say
It's-
about the others. I think it's fair.
yeah, well,
Anyway,
you
why do you
know.
want to know about the fates so bad? And she like starts leading you down, presumably toward the academy.
yeah, he, I think is quite a bit suspicious actually.
Would you like to insight check Kilmari?
Yeah, I think over the course of talking a little bit, he would like to insight check her. And so he's kind of like, well, I mean, the fates. I've been feeling like Thylea's leading me in some direction, you know. But on top of that, just the things that have been coming up that seem to be related to this idea of the fates, and I can't shake that I need to learn a little more about them. He's pretty vague.
She's like, "Well, I don't know anything about the fates, but I do dabble in sapsaying, which is the art of like essentially like reading tea leaves, but like sap from a tree to like prophesize. It's not an official like Thylea sanctioned activity, but like it's sort of like some people do it for fun. But you can tell she takes it very seriously.
Yeah, right. And she seems pretty genuine, just overall about her interest. Oh, you said it was sapsang?
Yep.
Like lapsang, sapsang?
Or soothsaying, but sapsaying, or lapsang shushang.
Lapsang sushang?
Yeah.
I think Aeneas is kind of like, he's not really a stickler for rules in general, so he's like, I tried a little bit of sapsang when I was starting out, but it never really took, you know. It's a little hard to read them sometimes, but
Yeah, it's pretty difficult, but I just think it's really neat.
well, I mean, if you've got time, I'm not opposed to hearing what your sap says.
I mean, I could show you. She like, I don't know, stops
You
at
could.
a random tree somewhere in the city, and she just like brings out a little kit that has like a little funnel that like you use to collect like maple sap, and she just like hits it into the tree. And she's
Tools
like,
of the trade.
yeah, and she's like, okay. And like you sit there waiting, and like you hear it drip, and she's like, ooh,
See, the drips always got me.
yeah. A couple more drips. She's like, oh, that's interesting. You're waiting
It's
for like
Morse
5
code, but
minutes.
from a tree.
A couple more drips, and she's like, oh my, oh, you know, it says you are gonna have great fortune, and then you're gonna spend it all.
He's just instantly like, well, she's a crackpot. She's a total quack. Right. Great fortune. I've always thought I was blessed with great fortune.
It says
you know?
it says surround
sense.
yourself with the people you love, and you can succeed at anything. And then it lists off some lucky numbers. I can recite those for you.
I'm okay. The lucky numbers, numbers are hard for me sometimes. Let's I think I just want to get to the academy.
Okay.
I need to
Yeah.
meet someone.
Perfect. She guides you the rest of the way to the academy, and you, once there, ask for Ikelon, and you sort of get eye
Ikelon.
rolls, like you ask for them, and they're like, okay, and you get
This
directed
is
to like,
official druid business.
they're not like rolling their eyes at you, they're rolling your eyes at Ikelon.
Ikelon.
Yeah, and you get directed to like the back
favorite
of
kind of
the
person.
university, like shoved away in the back. They have
Right.
like their door doesn't close all the way. Like their name tag is like sideways.
Leaky.
Yeah. And
To
you
knock on the door.
lose Kelmari along the way.
Yeah.
And you
I
knock
don't
on the
want
door. Yeah. It says, oh, come in, come in.
Aeneas opens it up and he's like, Mr.
You-
Ikalon?
Walk into a room covered in stacks of books. There's like a chalkboard, and this person's like furiously writing on the chalkboard at the end, like drawing shapes. And there's like papers everywhere. It's like, it's a very eccentric room. And this person is like very animatedly drawing on this chalkboard. As you walk in and speak to them, they like break their chalk on the board. Like they like stop and like are tense, and like their chalk shatters in their hands. And they go, what is wrong with you, child? You bring death and silence. What are you?
Well, my name's Aeneas and I'm a druid.
Oh,
But,
you cursed child. Tell me, what have you done to deserve such misfortune? And they like get up like in your face.
Aeneas like pushes him away. He's like, all right. Well, this is great and all, but I didn't do anything, first of all. Second of all, I need your help figuring all this shit out. So calm down.
I see so many silent threads in your wake.
Right, I'm gonna pretend that means anything, and we're gonna be really direct here. I don't care about no threads. I need to know as much about the three fates
The
as you do.
threads are what the fates work through. We all have a thread. I have a thread. You have a thread. And the fates spin the threads. And around you, they wither out.
Oh, well, that doesn't seem good.
No! This is horrible!
Well, I mean, could I follow my thread back to the fates?
No. The fates, or the threads are of you and of Thylea. The fates are not of Thylea.
Well, yeah, all right. Well, I just need to find them, or something.
You
if
seek
they can
them.
be found.
I also
Yeah.
seek them. I have devoted my life to finding them.
Great. Well, you made any progress?
Yes, I have. He flips the chalkboard over. He says, look! And he says,
Aeneas opens his eyes wider. And says, yeah.
the fates live on an island in the Cerulean Gulf. The island is pulled by 4 horses through the waters.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't need to. Just listen. You can only find it on a full moon, and the bard will guide your way.
Oh, is that a constellation?
It is a
Quick fact
constellation.
check. The bard. Well, you don't usually use that to travel anywhere.
That doesn't make any sense. This is all I know, and I can't quite figure out what it means.
Well, all right. Where did you even find this stuff?
I've
Okay.
interrogated them.
You've interrogated the fates?
Yes.
You're speaking to them?
They
Are they here
speak to
presently?
me. No, they're not here. They
Paging
speak
the
to me.
fates.
They speak to me. And 50 years I've tried to get information from them, and I've got very little.
How they speak to you? Okay. All right. Well, is there any way to speak back to them?
I can speak to them. I don't think you can. They don't.
Why not?
There's so much unraveling around you.
Well, they should have a problem with that, and I should be able to speak to them about it.
They do have a problem. I feel it. I am getting a horrible migraine around you.
Yeah, likewise. Okay, well, so if I just need to find an island pulled by horses on a full moon led
Four
by God. I
horses.
mean, that's...
Four
well, I
horses.
said that. 4 horses. Whatever. An indeterminate amount of horses. That are necessary to pull an island. I mean, can I just take a ship? Is that simple?
I don't know. I don't have a ship. I've never tried.
They're not giving you the funds to charter a ship?
They don't pay me. They use me.
No, well, I meant the academy, but...
Oh. They don't pay me. I pay them for the privilege of working here. But I can use the books.
Yeah, alright. Well, what are the fates? I mean, are they actually weaving everyone's fates? This doesn't make any sense.
They do. They are not from Thylea. When Thylea was created and sectioned off from the rest of the universe, they descended and they started weaving. And they took what Thylea gave us and they weave these threads and they play with them and then they watch them grow. And whenever they are messed up, they are upset about that because it's their threads, not ours, according to them.
Yeah, well, it's not even theirs. It's Thylea's to begin with. I'm getting proper mad about this. This is a religious abomination. Becoming zealots. Alright, well, I mean, hey, they're not from here. They can be kicked out.
You're going to
Right?
kick them out? I hadn't
not?
considered.
I mean, they don't have to be here. They don't have to be playing with everybody's fates.
Oh,
Like
the
it's some
relief,
toy.
the pure peace I would feel. You must do that.
Okay. That's, I mean, I was gonna say hey to them anyways and see what's up, but if we've got to get rid of them, we've got to get rid of them. What are they doing to you?
They use me. I am their canary in a coal mine. When things go wrong with the threads, I feel it. And then they feel me. And then they know their threads are broken.
You said all my threads are broken.
Your thread is not. All of them around you.
Can I break his thread?
How would you do that?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't get what you mean. If they're broken around me, if everybody's just got one thread, how do I have broken ones around me? And why isn't yours breaking right now or something?
I don't know. I just feel. I just see all around you swirling.
All right. Okay. Great. Sure. Well, tell them I'm coming for them, and they better have answers. Because I'm tired of this bullshit.
I will try to relay the message.
Good. I think Aeneas will leave.
Perfect. You leave and you sort of, the door's a little stuck and you're a little upset. So you slam the door shut and you hear like when you hit the door or like when you slam the door shut.
I open the door again and I look in.
One of the like
Nicholas?
piles of paper, like books has toppled over like onto him. And you just see like a weak arm like underneath one of these like mountain of books.
Well, I guess that's how you cut a thread.
And we'll call that
So-
there as you now just leave the university. We will be back shortly. And we are back. You might have noticed I don't only have one person with me. That is because now I will give them their little loading screen snippet of the week. They have earned it, so I will not withhold it from them. So, this is History of Thylea, Volume 2, Chapter 1, The Creation of the Fey Races, Part 2. The other Titans created centaurs, satyrs, and nymphs, who quickly spread to populate the islands. Next, they created the Cyclopes, the Gigons, great giants capable of moving earth and stone to build massive temples in honor of Thales and the others who had given them life. Sidon and Lutheria regarded these new mortal races with contempt. They became bitter and resentful and isolated themselves on the last uninhabited island of Thylea, where their hatred festered. One day, Lutheria approached Thales, claiming she and her twin had grown weary of their solitude. Offering praise and flattery, she urged him to create a wondrous artifact she could use to bring joy to the creatures of Thylea. Weakened by his sister's adoration, Thales did as he was bade, but he was deceived by Lutheria, who corrupted his creation, and thus Titan's Bane, the legendary weapon, was born. Okay. That was our snippet. Now we will be right back, and I will just have one person with me. And I am back. And I just have but one, and it is Abby.
But one.
But one. So, Elegy. This will be, we'll say, the morning after the storm has been dissipated. What is going on with Elegy? All of your friends seem to be either mopey or doing their own thing, leaving you sort of some alone time. What's going on with Elegy in that moment, or in that
What's going
sort of
on
time?
with Elegy? I'd say girls' night with Nemia helped Elegy a lot, like work through her feelings. So she's been feeling better, and she's like, maybe taking some flights around Mitros and like mapping out the area and just like sitting in her thoughts. The visit to the temple she thought was very informative, but she's still not like quite confident what to do about that.
Do you think, does she go? So there is a place with a lot of sirens in Mitros. Do you think that she avoids that?
I think yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I think she would avoid that because she doesn't want to get drugged down by their sadness if they're sad.
It's very fickle.
She knows that that's the dangerous place.
Groupthink. Real dangerous.
Real bad.
Okay.
When you're a hive mind, it's not a good time.
A nest mind.
Yeah, a nest mind. So she's just thinking, and she's like pondering about her interactions after her nest went missing, and like what she's experienced then and in the last couple months since we've all been together, and is starting to feel like hopeful that maybe not everything is as awful as it appears, but is unsure about that.
Okay. Perfect. So you find yourself, we'll say you are in maybe the Agora, like one of the bigger markets, and you are asking around, trying to seek something out. What are you seeking out?
I would like to find the best bakery in Mitros.
You are invariably directed to Ambrosia and Crumb, the finest bakery and patisserie, boulangerie in all of Mitros. They have just, like, you ask and immediately people are like, Ambrosia and Crumb. You must try. You haven't been to Ambrosia and Crumb? Oh my god, you have got to go to Ambrosia and Crumb. Just one after the other. Maybe one odd person's like, no, you got to go somewhere else. And like, even his friend is like, dude, come on, Ambrosia and Crumb.
I get the name of the other place, just in case.
Okay.
And then I go to Ambrosia and Crumb.
Perfect. You get to Ambrosia and Crumb, and it is just the cutest little like bakery. Like, it smells great. You smell it from like a block away. You get there, there's just cute little like decorations on the windows. Like, there's nice little flower boxes. There's people sitting out like on the balcony, or like on the patio. There's people like drinking. There's like maybe two people at a table that are like being way too loud, talking about a topic that no one else around them is interested in. Maybe one of them has like brought their dog for some reason, sort of making a nuisance. And plastered, like this whole cute scene, plastered on one of the windows says, absolutely no bards, troubadours, circuses, or gods.
I go, this is perfect. And I go in.
Perfect. You open the door and you come smacking to Aeneas. as Aeneas is leaving the bakery. And they go, well, watch it there, Beaky. You're going to make me drop my biscuit.
Beaky.
Yeah, Beaky. He's like,
That doesn't make any sense.
you have a beak.
No.
Well, you have feathers. Listen, I didn't get a good look at you.
Can I come in?
I ain't going to stop you.
Push past.
You should really watch where you're going. You can't just be running around into people.
Bye-bye.
Perfect. You leave. So this was Aeneas, but then very quickly, like, they were looking at you, like their eyes were not clouded. They were dressed in things that Aeneas has never done. They're speaking to you in a way that Aeneas doesn't speak to you. And then the door closes.
She was briefly confused and then like, nah. Don't know what that's about, but we're gonna leave that.
Perfect. You are now overwhelmed with the smells of ambrosia and crumb. And you see just like maybe a 10-foot tall dryad behind the counter. Just her. No one else working here. And there's like a short little line, and she's getting everyone all of their pastries as they go.
Okay, I wait in the line.
Perfect. And then you get up to
I
the
don't
counter.
even look at what she has.
Perfect. She says, and what can I get you this morning?
Can I have one of everything, please? And thank you.
Absolutely. And she gets a little bag going. She says, here's my Trocian honey cake. Here's Oracle's Crescent. Those are lovely this time of year. Here's Ambrosia Swirls. Those are quite popular this time. Sun-dappled focaccia. We have Fey Fruit Galette. We have Crumb of the Titans. That's a spicy one. And then we have Elysian Puffs, which just have a nice little tartness in them. And that's all we have
Perfect.
today.
Excellent, thank you. I pay her
Perfect.
double whatever it is.
Yeah, it's not that much, but you pay her quite a bit. And then leave?
And then I leave. Do I see Aeneas?
Yeah. You walk out, and then you see them, like, they were, like, nonchalantly laying up against the, like, other building on the other side of the road. And then when you come out, they, like, come up and they're like, I just think it was really rude, you know? Like, you can't just go bumping into people. You didn't even say sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna walk away.
They're
And then
gonna
see if
like
they
they're gonna
follow.
like get a little they're gonna like try and follow you. They're like trying to like they go a little fast, then they like lean, and then like you walk, and then they like they're like trying to act cool as you like are walking down the road. And they're like,
Well, you can come with me if you want. I have to find my friend Kyra.
I'm really busy actually, so I have something, but
You have okay, yeah, you have something.
yeah, I do have something.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go find my friend.
Okay. Well, my thing's actually in this direction too.
Oh, I'm actually pointing in the direction that you're going, and I'm going to go that way.
That way? Yeah, I'm going that way too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I walk.
You walk and they like get in this sort of walking. So I haven't seen you around.
What? Who? Don't talk to me.
The name's Orion. Pleasure to meet you. Sort of a hot shot.
No,
No?
I'm walking.
Come on. You know? I could get you a pastry.
I already bought myself pastries.
You certainly like them. I could get you another.
They're not for me.
Oh, well, then I could get you one for you. You can have this.
I
He handed out the biscuit that he was been carrying this whole time. It's a little like
don't want
smushed.
your biscuit.
Okay.
I don't know what you're selling, but I'm not interested.
I see. Tough to get. I like you, Beaky. And then they go and they like start swinging their step as they walk the other way. They like walk by someone. They're like, "See her? She loves pastries." And then they like turn down the corner and then they like pop back out and they look at you and they like wink at you.
What a weirdo. Kyra!
Yeah, you find Kyra doing something. Maybe you like find her in a bush at the palace.
Kyra, were you just being Aeneas?
No, shh, you're gonna blow my cover. Get in here. She like drags you into the bush. Okay, keep it down. They're gonna be here in a bit. What were you saying?
Who?
No, I wasn't. What? I was Aeneas. What a weird question. I would
thought
never
just
be
needed to
Aeneas.
check.
Okay.
Good.
There she is. And you see like Valis start like walk down the other side of this little plaza that you guys are hiding on. We got a little bit. What are you saying?
What are you doing?
I'm gonna play a trick. She's not gonna see it coming. I promised I wouldn't, and now's the perfect time to.
Is it going to be better or worse than white gravy?
Ooh. I'd say about equal. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you like, oh, she's like, oh, yes, yeah. And then you like see another like person come by with like a big like bottle of like, or not a bottle, but like a big pot of like wine. And you see like a little bit of it sloshing up the top. And she's like, yeah, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. And then they like go and they're like, woo, like making a big show of it. And Valis is like talking to someone as this is all happening behind him. And then that person gets close and is like really over the top trips. And the wine bottle goes like careening and like shatters on the ground next to Valis. And like not a single drop gets on her. Kyra's like, no, he missed. Oh, the talent in this town is lacking.
This is why you
Okay.
have to do your own tricks, not hire
I
some.
promised her I wouldn't do anything.
Oh, that was the bit.
Yeah, that was the bit. Anyway, well, you can get out of this bush now. We get out of the bush, and Valis turns around and says, Kyra, what is this? Go! She like grabs you, and then you guys like run down the hallway. She's like, whew, okay. What do you got there? She like noticed for the first time the bag of,
Mhm.
and this is like
Well,
ambrosia.
I
and cum.
have this thing. Look
What
at
is
that.
Where'd you get that?
I got ambrosia and crumb.
You just happened to go to Ambrosia and Crumb, get one of everything.
I did get one of everything. And you can have them if you answer my questions truthfully and good.
Is what if
One
the
for
truth?
every question.
What if the truthfully is not good?
If the good as in truthfully.
Okay, but they can be bad truthfully. It can be truthfully
Sure.
bad.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay,
Is that the deal?
depends. You got a Feifu Kulet in there.
I think so. I wasn't really listening.
You do. Okay. Yeah, we got a deal.
Okay. Here's the first question. How do the temples work? If somebody comes to your shrine, this is one question. That's all together. If somebody comes to your shrine and like it burns something, do you just get that thing? Like if I go burn these pastries, you get them?
No, they're burnt. Maybe I would get I could go get the ash. I don't really want that.
Okay, so what do you get?
I don't know. I never really bought into that whole like worship thing. I have a shrine. Like I can see through it right now. I can like see that little priest. I should really remember his name. He's always at my shrine. I can see him there. Yeah, sure. Maybe there's some people at it, but I mean, oh, maybe I could give him a blessing here or there, but it's not for me.
You can see them there all the time.
Oh yeah,
Okay, that's
I can
good.
see all of
Here's
my
one.
shrines in the whole world.
Here you go.
Yep.
Okay, next question. Are you ready?
Yeah, keep them coming.
Do you know Namia's true name? You don't have to tell me. You just have to tell me if you know it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Here's one.
Thank you.
Second question, follow up.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that she will be happy when she learns it?
So you are asking me if the emotion she feels will be happiness? No.
Great.
Ah, yes. She grabs it, eats it.
This one's a tough one, Kyra. We started off easy.
This is great. These are low balls. Keep them coming. You got how many of those you got?
What exactly does the Oath of Peace say? Oh, you can't have this pastry then.
You see her like get red in the face.
You can't tell me. You can answer that question and you can get this.
No.
Yeah, okay. We'll skip that one. I want the pastry. You just make them look so good.
Galette.
What?
That's the faithful galette.
No, I will give you that one as the
Okay.
last question.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Who is your favorite of the five of us?
Oh, that's a good question. Currently, you have those pastries.
Perfect. That's a perfectly acceptable answer. Here's your galette.
Takes it, eats it. That was a great game. You're really good with games.
Thank you.
We should play this every day.
Okay. Maybe.
Every day, you bring me those pastries.
And you answer questions? I'm going to run out of questions.
You better not run out of pastries.
Okay.
Why'd you want to know all that? That was dumb.
Why?
I don't know. You could ask juicy stuff like, what's the most embarrassing thing Valis has ever done? Like, how many children does Pythor actually have? You could ask, I don't know, like, any number of things.
Oh, I'll ask those two tomorrow then.
Okay, perfect. Oh, good.
Oh, and I can ask you what the best question to ask is tomorrow. Tomorrow. And we can keep going. Perfect. Thank you, Kyra.
It's like, yeah, great. And she's like, can I have that bag? And she like dumps the crumbs into her mouth. She's like, oh, I love ambrosia and crumb.
Amazing.
Okay, so
Okay.
you leave Kyra to like lick that bag. And now you're just sort of in the palace hanging out.
So I think the days go by. Every day she visits the Temple of the Five Gods.
Every day
And,
it's
like-
packed. Or like not packed,
Yeah.
but like it's busy.
And she stays there for a while and just observes what the priests are doing, goes to Kyra's shrine and waves
Yeah. Uh-huh.
finger guns some days. And just observes what's happening, what people are doing, what the holy people are doing, and then also just asks questions about Mitro specifically. So
Okay.
she'll like the other guy where she just showed him his drawing, she'll ask intrusive questions, try to
Okay.
get answers, abandon that person.
Perfect. Yeah, so the sort of general vibes in the temple. So people will come. A lot of people are offering burning sacrifices at the temples, all the different shrines. Valis' shrine is pretty popular. Mitros' shrine is pretty popular. Pythors and Vulcans, they're not, but very few people go to Kyros. It's just not they're not actively avoiding it, just no one's going to her primarily. They sort of the center of the temple is dominated by a plinth that you saw it last time you were here, the people will be healed on. That's done very regularly through the whole day. The person doing it does cycle out. It seems to tax them. But there's generally someone available for healing like that. Some people are in just conversations with the priest. They're coming for advice or things like that. There's sort of a lot going on. They don't have organized ceremonies. It seems to just be a more free form place of worship. As for the interrogating people, go ahead and make an investigation check.
You got it. That's a really great skill.
Yeah.
Husband and Arthur. Hold on.
Oh. Yeah. You initially went up to talk to someone and it did not go well. It was maybe you go up and ask them and it turns around and it's the person who was working the desk the day that you snuck in.
Oh.
And she says, "You!" And then you like scurry away to the other side and you like bump into somebody else. I don't know. Maybe you bump into someone at Kyra's shrine, just like one of the attendants that's there. And they sort of, you're the only person at Kyra's shrine at the moment, so like you have their full attention. And what information are you trying to get from them specifically?
I'm just trying to confirm. Like, she just wants some sort of confirmation that, like, what has happened to her, she can fully attribute to Mitros.
Yeah.
So she's gonna be like, so if, like, a silver light happened, would that be Mitros?
Yeah. So they generally tell you, like, all of the things that you're describing, they don't know of the situation that has happened to you having happened to anyone else.
Hypothetically only.
Yeah, hypothetically. But like all of the like iconography, all of the symbols, all of the vibes, that all checks out, and they say that is congruent with like Mitros. They start to get a little bit more like intrigued. They're like, these are very specific questions. Like, has something happened to you? And they're not like, oh my God, something's happened to you. That's like bad. Like that never happens. They're more of like, oh, if something has happened to you, like this is a great gift if you've received things from Mitra, and they sort of are like encouraging you to pursue that sort of line of involvement with the shrine or with the temple.
Yeah. So she does this every day for like 5 days.
Yeah.
And she's like asking the same questions to different people and like really trying to nail down the vibes.
Yeah. It seems to hold up. Like you're not getting mixed signals. Like some people just know more than others, but generally they do agree that everything you're describing is kosher with Mitros.
Okay. Then on the last day, she's gonna like work up the courage. She's gonna go to Nemia and she's gonna tell Nemia what she's gonna do because she knows Nemia will be like a hype girl.
She's like, "Oh, you're gonna do what?" "Oh, I think that you should do it." Yeah. Oh, that sounds like a great. Hey, I'm actually, if you want something to speak to you, I just don't know if you should go asking for that. And you actually know you should. You should go do that. I had second thoughts for just a moment. Like maybe you shouldn't go inviting different voices to talk to you, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
Thanks, Nemia. I knew you were the one to come to.
Yeah, it's true. I am the best.
Okay, then I go to Valis.
Yes. She says, she's like physically cringes when you get here. She's like, "Oh, okay. You're not carrying wine." "Yes.
Do you want this pastry?"
"No."
Okay. That's fine. I thought I'd bring it. Valis.
"At your service."
I want to do something in the Temple of the Five Gods, but I have social anxiety.
"Okay. Well, you have my permission to go there."
Can you like just get rid of everybody for a little bit?
"It shouldn't be a problem. It's sort of my temple."
It's just you and your family.
Most of them aren't here right now. "Yeah, sure. We can go there right now. Would you like to? Let's go."
Great.
She says, "This isn't a trick, right?
No, I'm not.
You haven't been
like
set
that.
up. Kyra hasn't asked you to do this."
No, and if she did, I would not be able to lie to you. I'm a bad liar.
Okay. I trust you. And then she said,
Oh, that's really nice.
and then you go to the temple, and like it's very busy. She goes up to like someone who's being like the healing person. She like whispers in their ear, and they're like, "What?" And they're like, and they like nod like a little bit, and then there's like the word starts to spread, and people start to get like ushered out. Like it takes a little bit. They're not like everyone get out, but like they just generally start to usher people. Other people try to come in, and they get turned away. They say something's happening right now, and then and then it's just the attendant, and then Valis is like, okay, now all of you leave, and then they like huff a little bit about that, but then they file out, leaving you like just in the temple with Valis.
Now it feels really empty and big.
Quite a big temple.
Okay. Are you going to stay?
This feels personal.
Okay.
I'll leave,
Okay.
but I'll be right outside.
Great.
Just, I guess, call it. What are you doing? I don't want to know. Okay, call if you need me. She leaves the temple and closes the door behind her, leaving you now fully alone in the temple.
Mm-hmm. I pace in the temple for a good while.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's very nervous. And then at some point, she's like works up the courage, and she like thinks about how Nemia's gonna be so proud of her after she does it. Just gotta do it, and she goes up to the shrine of Mitros,
Mm-hmm.
and she like gets down on her knees. She's like, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I guess I'll do it. I hope you can hear me. Lady Mitros, please accept my solemn apology. I was very angry, confused, and I cursed you because I was blind to the truth. I saw only loss and I called it abandonment. I believed you'd taken my family from me. I thought I was a shattered thing, tossed from the nest, left behind like a bad egg. But I heard you, and I understand now. You did not cast me aside. You protected me, and you pulled me away from her before it was too late. And tears start to form in her eyes.
Make
And if
a religion check the partway through.
Okay. You got it. Oh, this is a good one too. Okay, I'll keep. That's fine.
So
And
you
she
feel like
continues.
tears coming. Yeah.
Yeah. And if there's any hope, any faint, flickering hope that I can reach them or free them, or even just make sure the world remembers them rightly, then you have given me a gift beyond measure. And then she just starts crying, and she pulls out of her bag a gray feather, and she places it on the altar,
Mhm.
and she just like sits in that.
Mhm.
And then after a while, she like recovers and wipes some of the tears away. I don't know what lies ahead, and I don't know if I'm strong enough, or if we're strong enough. And then she like is on her knees and places her head on the ground.
Mhm.
But if you will have me, I am yours. Not because I ask for your protection, but because I want to be the protector, the way that you were for me. And she just lets the silence around like be deafening.
Mhm. You feel yourself like there's tears. You've gotten a little bit of strength back, so there's you're not like pouring tears, but your face is still like on the coral marble. Your eyes are closed. And you sit there for a long while, just sort of
Mhm.
feeling those feelings. And then when you like open your eyes and sit up, you are again in that place where it's just sky and like mirror ground, and you look around and you just see it sort of dawn in every direction, and again you feel that sort of warm feeling as sort of this light coalesces into a form in front of you. It says, "I thought you'd seek me out, child. I have heard your plea. I accept. No, I have done all I can for you. And I don't seek to shelter you any longer. I seek to let you grow so that you can be who you are meant to be. As for your kin, I cannot get them back. They are beyond my touch, but they are still here, and I can feel them. You can get them, but they are trapped in a crystal prison. I do not know where."
I reach out to the figure and like I don't know if it's corporeal at all.
You try to touch, but like distance doesn't really exist, so like you're
Okay.
not getting closer to it. Yeah.
Then I'll like reach for it and then not be able to and just like take a knee. And just she bows her head and she just says, "Thank you for the pain that's opened my eyes, for the mercy I have yet to earn, and for the chance to make it all right."
And then you hear, "I must apologize, child of the sky, for in my haste to protect you, I erased your loved ones' memory of your loved ones from them all. I tried to do it just to her, and she resisted, and it affected everyone. And then she sealed that, and I cannot undo it. It is beyond my power, and I am deeply sorry for the pain that has inflicted upon you. And I offer you a boon and ask your forgiveness, child." And she, like, in your hand, that gray feather, like, reappears, and it's just like covered in like faint glistening silver. Like it still looks like the same feather, but like it's just sort of shining, and it just looks like it's covered in impossibly thin silver all over. And as it touches your hand, you again find yourself in the temple where you're still holding that feather.
That's all I want.
That's all you get. Perfect. So now you still have the temple to yourself.
Yeah, I will go out, tell Valis that everybody can go back to work. She's got like tear
Yeah. just
dustiness.
Yeah. Bella says, like, is there something you want to talk about?
No, everything is hunky dory.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Well, somebody was waiting for you.
No. Okay.
She like points over, and you see, like, leaning aggressively against the building is this Orion figure that you met earlier. And Valis is like, who is that?
Does he look like Aeneas still?
Yeah. Identical.
I go up to him and I like touch his face and see if it's an illusion.
It's like, whoa, Beaky. What are you doing?
Is it an illusion?
roll an investigation check. And you are in a city, so you have advantage on all intelligence skill checks as your boon. So 14.
14.
No, not an illusion. You're touching real skin. I mean, you could tell me your name before you go touch my face.
No, you've already decided you know my name.
Well, Beaky, but you could know your real name.
No. Oh, yes, you actually, nobody's asked my real name.
Yeah.
I tell him my real name in Celestial.
It's like, whoa, well, that's a mouthful. I'm going to be honest, don't think I'm going to be able to say that one quite like you just did. But I can try.
There you go.
What is he?
Yeah, why don't you try?
I will roll a d6. He doesn't earn his job. Like, it is understandable. It's not pretty. Like, Celestial's a very beautiful language, and especially so when a siren says it. And he doesn't have any of that emotion. But like, it's understandable as your name. He's like,
yeah.
Huh?
It's pretty good.
I'll take it. Well, see you around. And then he tries to say your name again. He's like stumbles over it this time. He's like, yeah, just see you around. And he like goes like skipping away again. He like nudges someone. He's like, her name. As he tries to say your name again. He's like, see her? And he like goes waddling off. And then, as you are left there in that plaza, Valis looks at you like, what is happening? We'll end there as you spend sort of the number of days doing that. But, okay. I'll be right back with the last one. I am back. I have the last one. The last one. Joey playing Kai. So, this is, again, in the days after the storm has been dissipated. All of your friends are doing things on their own, leaving you again time alone. What's going on with Kai? What's he thinking? What's he feeling? He's back in Mitros. This is his home. He's been in the Podunks for a while. So how is he feeling?
Yeah, Kyriakos of Mitros it's a big part of his identity. He loves being back here. His friends, you're referring to his party mates, they're off doing things, but his friends in the city are probably up to a lot of fun. And so Kai is ready to catch up on all the lost time. There's lots of social outings. There's lots of like needing to be seen with people. There's lots of like gossip. There's lots of like glory seeking and like storytelling about his accomplishments that need to happen for his social status. And then also too, he needs to connect with his, probably truer friends than what I've just been describing, and break bread and tend to a garden, do some chores, things like that.
Perfect. I think a party is involved. Would you agree?
Yeah, Kai's absolutely into a party.
So I think maybe not the day after, or like the night of when the storm is dissipated, but sort of the next night. You put out the feelers. You have requisitioned a whole. Let's say you requisition the Temple of the Five from Valis, and you're gonna like throw a rave in the temple. It's gonna be great. Valis is like not thrilled with the idea, but you did just save the city, so she lets you do it. And it's immediately a hit. Like you hear people talking about it already. Like people are, you don't even put out invitations. Like people know if they're invited, and it is going to be great. So we'll just skip to the night of the party. it's going great. You're sort of you're doing like working the crowd as they're coming in. People are coming in. They're like fawning over you. You're reconnecting with people. Some people are coming in and like you don't really know them, but they look cool and they're having a good time. So you let them in. Some people are getting in and they don't really like the vibe. So maybe some of them get turned away. But eventually you do get drawn actually into the party, and you're not just standing at the door. And you find yourself in like a group of some of your old friends. And there is a person that you have not met before, but they are making a big show of it. They have a big personality. They are really flaunting it. And they are quite handsome, like chiseled, like not like Kai hot, but like a step under Kai. And
Nobody's Kai hot.
Yeah. And they are just about to come up and talk to you. And you feel a little tug on your sleeve. And you look down and you see Loreas, the satyr who is obsessed with you. And he has a little rose for you. And he says, "Oh, this is such a good party, Kai. I've never been to a party, but this one's so good. Anyway, I brought you this."
I think Kai, Kai has been like dancing with people all night, but like looking across the floor at this person.
Mm-hmm.
And so like as they're approaching, like finally, like after this, this whole game, this ritual that we all do, or some of us do, like it's like not the time, Loreas. So Kai is not going to even look at him, and Kai is going to be like, "How did you get here?"
"Oh, I heard you were having a party, and I just knew you'd throw the best parties." And then
you heard I was throwing a party from Astoria?
"No, I was in Mitros."
What the fuck, dude?
And then this person comes across and they walk up to you and they go, "I didn't know this was that kind of party. Bring your pet to the party?"
Oh, Kai will like step between the person he's been ogling all night and Loreas, so like to hide Loreas, and he'll like hold Loreas's hand and cast prestidigitation to burn the rose in his hand and push him violently like away from him.
Yeah, you see Loreas get shoved back, just like ash in his hands as he's like looking down, and he like looks up at you. You don't even look at him.
We're walking into the pit, the mosh.
Yeah, and the person, their like shirt is unbuttoned all the way down, and they're like
all the way down.
And they're like, "That was hot the way you ditched. Who was that?"
I don't even know. Don't worry about it tonight. Tonight?
Sort of pathetic. Like, he's crying, I think. Ugh, I hate tears.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And then Kai's gonna like put his hand on his shoulder and like try to get him away.
I don't think I know you. My name's Ollie.
Well, Ollie, I don't even need to roll. I know you know who I am.
Yeah.
So what do you say we have some fun?
I thought I was already having fun.
You don't even know the half of it.
Perfect. So you have just a great time with Ollie. Like, they are matching you energy for energy and like hot for hot. You are like the bells of the ball. You don't see a Loreas anymore throughout the whole party. You're not looking for him, but you don't see him. And you're just having a great time. Party's like still ramping up. Like, it's not peaked and it's coming down. But after a particularly like vigorous dance in the middle of the floor, Ollie's like, "I'm not really feeling this anymore. What if we went somewhere?"
Yeah. So it's like 2 a.m. We probably should, go to the next party.
We could just not do a party. We could do something fun. I heard
What do you
there's
have in mind?
dragons in the palace? I wanted to go see him.
I mean, Kai's drunk probably, but he's like still a demigod. So, you know, his like constitution is like higher than the regular boy off the block. Sure, Ollie, whatever you want. Yeah, I know just where to go.
Lead the way. And you guys
Kyle, grab his hand and lead the way to Castus's palace.
Yeah, so you slip out of the party. It's still raging behind you. The temple is like across from the palace, so it's like right across the street. The dragons are in the stable, which is like on the far side of the palace. So you can like, I don't know, you are not kicked out. Like no one's stopping you from going to the palace. So you can either just like waltz through, or you can, I don't know, you can get there. How do you think that you get there to the stables?
I think Kai is a hero now, right? So like he, you know, while he was a boy or like a youth, like before leaving on this adventure, like he maybe would legitimately just be like super drunk, super just into like impressing this person. But I think Kai's gonna want to like watch, like, is Ollie quiet? Like, is he like able to approach the stables without drawing attention to them both?
Yeah, I mean, he's not like stumbling around drunk. He's like, he can be quiet.
Okay. Then Kai's gonna lead the way. I'm gonna try and find, maybe like, you know, like boost him up, like just like look for a window to like glance through to see a dragon, if there's any perch to take advantage of.
Roll an athletics check to boost him up.
Right. Just a athletics check.
Just an athletics check.
Kai's gonna reroll that for sure. Gotta be cool. Gotta be cool.
Gotta be cool. Yeah, you like lift him up, and then you like put like your one hand lifting him up, and he like looks up and he's like, I mean, I can barely see one, but there's definitely in there.
Can he, is there something for them to like hold on to, or like can like Kai get up there as well?
Yeah, there's like, so the window's pretty small, so like there's nothing for you to, but you could, there's like maybe a ledge, and he like helps you get up on the ledge, and now you guys are just like on the wall looking through those little things, like, look at that. And you see like a tiny little tail like down the hall, like sticking out of one of the rooms, and he's like, yeah, that's definitely a dragon.
Kai will put his hand around their waist to make sure they don't fall off, of course. Safety first.
Safety
and
first.
And then probably try. Yeah, like if we wait like a couple more minutes, like does anything else emerge other than a tail?
No, you wait for a couple minutes, and like it doesn't, nothing else emerges, and all he's like, I guess this is pretty cool, but I mean, we could, well, I don't know. I mean, we might. No, I just don't think you'd want to. And they're like sitting here, and they just keep like pondering out loud, being like, no, I mean, we should, it'd be really fun, but I don't know if you want to do that. And they're like just painfully begging for you to ask.
Well, I mean, do you want to, like, we could go if that's what you're saying. I'm down for that.
We could go in there.
Oh.
And you, Kai, you're not allowed in there.
Yeah. And surely so does everyone else. Like it's guarded, it's locked.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is like you walking up to like like a military base and being like, I'm not allowed in there.
There's
like
no brochures.
It's obviously not a place that you're supposed to be.
Well, Kai wants to impress this person. So, yeah. Well, I do hero shit all the time, and that's what this sounds like. So
Yeah.
we could totally get in there.
Yeah. I don't know how we would get in there, but I just think it'd be really hot if we were in there.
Okay. Kai is going to look around to see
Mhm.
if there's a way in.
Make a perception check.
Like looking for is there like a loft for hay question mark?
I don't think you keep hay around dragons.
Probably not, but maybe to feed what they eat.
That's true. That's a good point.
19.
19. So there is up on the top you know this, not like that you can see it, but you've seen it in the past, or you would know that it's there. There's a big hole in the ceiling for the dragons to fly in and out. There's also doors. It's a normal building. Those are either locked or guarded, but they're probably not guarding the big hole in the ceiling.
Okay. Kai will try to use dancing lights to look for footholds along the tiles of the roof.
Yep.
To make it in that direction, and we'll be trying to be cool, but also concerned for this mortal person falling off and breaking their neck.
I'll say it's easy enough to climb, but I'll have you roll a performance to see how cool you look doing it.
How cool I look. Isn't it always? 10 out of 10. Cool.
That's what this will decide.
19 out of 10. How about that?
19 out of 10. Yeah, you look pretty cool doing it. And you sort of set it up. You direct them to hang on to something that is about to fall. And so they grab and then they slip, and then you have to grab them and save them and hold their hand, and then get them back onto the ceiling. And it's very heroic shit. And
Yeah.
you guys,
the moon is behind us.
Yep.
And yeah.
Yeah, and then you guys scurry up onto the roof, and then Ollie sort of collapses down. I was like, wow, that was pretty hot.
You have a limited vocabulary.
I mean, I just haven't been saved like that before.
Yeah.
You don't want me to say you're hot?
No, it's good. Hey, you're hot too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Kai will maybe touch their collarbone and do prestidigitation and make him feel a little warm or something. But while doing that, also looking down in the hole to make sure a dragon isn't flying out.
Yeah, no, the dragon. There's no current dragon flying out. But from here, you look down and you can see that there are going to be dragons down there. You can't get a good look at them just from the lighting, they're sort of dark shapes, but there's definitely dragons down there.
Oliver is a human. Ollie
for short for Ollie Sander. They're human, yes.
Okay, so they don't have dark vision
or wings.
Sure.
Do you have dark vision? I don't think you have dark vision or wings.
No. No. We're both
flightless and blind.
Flightless and sightless. Flightless and sightless. Great. Well, here we are. I guess. Can you see anything?
Not really. We could go down if you wanna.
How? I just want to make sure you're safe.
I'm safe. You're here, and they playfully punch you.
Okay. Kai. Kai's Kai wants to get laid. Let's do this. So, is there like a catwalk? Is there like
No,
something
no
I can
one's really
tie it-
supposed to be up here. Oh, like something you can tie it to? Yeah, there's probably something like a pipe or something like that that is available.
Right. What I mean is something I could tie a rope to, and then like a catwalk or like a upper story that I can see that we could like swing to.
It's only like 2 stories up, so like there's not really.
Oh.
It's more like an open like barn almost. So like you can go down like to the floor, but there's not really another floor in this room that you're above.
Ye old dragon barn.
Yeah, yeah.
I was thinking something more Tower of Babel. Great. I feel more confident about not killing this person. So let's tie a rope to something that is going to provide enough.
Make a survival check.
Ooh, that sounds like something Kai
Is
isn't
really
good at. Honestly, he's worse at athletics. 21 out of 10. Wow, here we go.
Good. You tie a good knot.
And Kai's going to be like, well, I think this knot's good. I'll show you later tonight.
They blush in the darkness. And then you guys descend down into the dragon stables. So you land quietly. You hear, now that you're down here, you can sort of hear like snoring from some of these dragons. You're not like immediately accosted by anyone. And like, it's like, this is so cool. Do you think we can get closer?
Kai's going to just like cover their mouth. Oh, closer where?
To the dragons.
Through message.
Yeah. So like, they're right there. We can look at them.
Is it?
Can I
What is
touch
this?
one?
No, absolutely not. What is this? What is the setup of the floor? Like, what does the
So
floor
it
look? Does
is-
it have tables?
A generally circular room, and like there's not like stalls, but there's like nice stalls. Like there are platforms with like bedding, and that's where the dragons are sort of scattered around. There's like a good number of them, and then there's like doors to the rest of this place. But this is sort of like a barn. Like it's a nice one, but it is sort of like a barn.
The old dragon hut.
Oot.
Yeah. Kai. If there's like anything that looks like maybe an incubation place or like a pen where like smaller dragons would be that we could like usher Ollie towards instead of like maybe like if there's like large stall with like, you know, locked chained gates, like stay away from that.
Okay.
And maybe go towards hatchery.
Yeah. Okay, make a perception check.
Great. I could have prepared the spell Dark Vision.
You could
but
have.
here
here
we
we
are. Perception. It's 1919 feels like my number.
You are in luck. There is a smaller sort of loft area. There's not like a dedicated hatchery or anything like that, but there is a smaller one where they keep a younger dragon. You haven't heard about this? Like, you've asked around and like they haven't been like, oh yeah, we have a new dragon. Like, this might be on the down low. You haven't, no one, this isn't commonly known, but you see it.
Yeah. Joey is suddenly realizing that I am learning things and probably should be learning more things. what also what also is observable? Is there like a is there a table with a bunch of like potions that have like take
Whoa.
this once a month
There's
written on
not.
it? Like,
And as you're looking
oh,
around, you
shoot.
turn and you see Ollie's already making their way toward that place with the smaller dragon.
yeah, Kai's walking over there. And is gonna like put again like I guess we probably don't have like jeans for back pockets, but Kai's gonna like put his hand in the sash or whatever of his robe to like keep a hold on him without touching his body. But yeah.
Yeah, they seem eager. Like they're just going for it. They're going up to this little younger dragon. Like they haven't forgot about you, but they seem like they're focused now. And they're like headed up to it and they like get down next to it. This dragon appears to be resting and sleeping. And Ollie's getting real close. And like,
Can I roll insight? Am I getting laid tonight? Or is this what they're here for?
that's a good question. Roll insight.
Great. 17.
17. They were really interested in you until about 30 seconds ago. Now they are really interested in this. So you're still in the game, but you're slipping.
Well, I think priority one is probably not to get this person killed,
Okay.
regardless of the outcome of the night. But okay, as long as it's not like they were like a Dragonlord chaser or something. Message.
Yep.
Which has like a verbal component, but like
Yeah.
maybe not a lot, you know.
Yep.
Like just like in Ollie's like mind, like be careful, be careful, be careful. This might be small, but surely you don't have more than 8 health points.
Okay. Roll persuasion
Okay,
with advantage.
perfect. $22.
22. So you say this. Ollie sort of turns around and you see a like fire in their eyes. They are like very full of emotion. This is like really, this is cool being here. And with your, as a player, consent, they will just come at you hard, like full on, like drop the pretense. They are just making out with you and like fall to the floor.
Yeah, Kai probably won't fall to the floor with them. But like we'll reciprocate in some ways. But like, oh yeah, this is so fun. Like, but let's get out of here and keep doing this somewhere else.
They do not seem to want to go anywhere. They seem to want to do this here.
Cool. I'm going to reciprocate, but also try to I will cast detect thoughts to see what they are thinking while we are engaging in what we're doing.
Yeah. Okay. So surface thoughts are. Oh, I have to roll. I haven't rolled all night. You can't make me do this. Surface thoughts are like in the moment. They're not thinking much beyond what is currently happening. That is, you get those thoughts. So you're going to delve deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are. They are. How do I say this? Like, I can't believe this is happening. Like, I'm going to be so popular when this gets out. Like, when we get caught here, like, everyone's going to be talking about me.
Cool. I think Kai is going to like try to. I mean, Kai's a good kisser too, so like he's very distracting. I think Kai is going to be like pushing them towards a wall
Uh-huh.
away from dragons that are perceptible.
Yep.
And maybe towards an open container with a lid. Can I roll perception for open container with lid?
There's
To
no
throw my
current
lover into?
open container with a lid, but you do try to sort of usher them. They actively resist, and they start to make like quite a bit of noise. Not like they're not like screaming for help that you're trying to push them into an open container, but they're just being loud, and it does draw attention. And you like start to hear like what's going on in there, and like you start to hear footsteps, like armored footsteps of guards coming in or approaching this room. And then Ollie like looks over at the door and is like, "We're about to be caught."
Kai is going to try to do two things.
Yep.
One, knock him out, and then two, cast darkness on his body and put him in a corner where no one would go to notice darkness. Does that make sense? Like
roll
like
an attack roll, just straight up with strength, not with your spell
Daddy's
attack.
hammer. Not with Daddy's hammer.
I don't think you carry Daddy's hammer.
Oh, I'm always carrying Daddy's hammer, if you know what I mean. All right. Sorry. I can use as a demigod charisma as my strength modifier.
Perfect. Okay, so punch him with your beautiful fist.
21.
21. Yeah, you knock him out easy. And then you cast darkness and you're like dragging him toward, and now what you see is an open container. And you're like trying to shove him in there. And like within moments, the guards are still going to be in here. And like, sure, now he's in a container, but you're still here. And you've noticed during all of this, Ollie has somehow like taken off, like you're almost disrobed. Like you have like a sash hanging on, but you're just essentially naked here with an unconscious body of somebody that you're shoving into a container in a place you're not supposed to be. And it's going to be a really, really bad look. But you hear a, "Hey, quickly." And you look over and you see Loreas, like with a hole in the wall that leads outside. And he says, come.
Oh, Loreas, you're so brave. And then he's just gonna like grab Ollie, just maybe like dragging him by the fucking face and just like running across the stable towards the hole.
Perfect. You like dive through the hole, and Loreas dives in after you, and then he grabs the hole and he folds it up and it comes off the wall, and now it's a solid wall. He says, "Oh, that was really close."
Incredible. We gotta go. I'm like holding him like fireman style, like his ass is out. Like, let's go.
Yeah, you start running. You notice Loreas is not following you. He's sort of like standing by the wall that you just came through.
Kai's gonna like run back over there and like go reach out and like hold his hand and like pull him along. Like, we have to get out of here. They're gonna chase us. We gotta go through this alley. Let's go.
You don't like me, do you?
Loreas, there are more important things right now. We gotta
No,
go.
I know that you don't like me the way that I like you.
Can I throw Ollie a distance to see?
Yeah, sure.
Will he be safe, and will he be land in a place that is
He still has
recoverable?
darkness around him. So, like, you could just throw him a ways. He's gonna land. He might be bruised up, but like he's also in an orb of darkness, so like no one's gonna see him.
Yeah, so Kai will do that while looking at very intensely at Loreas the entire time.
Loreas is not meeting eye. He's like looking down at the ground.
Kai's gonna like reach up and like pull up his chin, and he's gonna be like, "You but probably just saved my life. It's more than like, bud. We got to get out of here, though."
Yeah, but I really overdid it, didn't I? I always do this. It's always that way. They say the Reyes, they don't even know you. The Reyes, they don't care about you. And it's just really hard when you're so full of emotions and they never seem to go anywhere. And then you're just trapped with them. And he's like pacing back and forth. Like he's like doing a little like monologue like he's on Broadway.
I assume there's like the sounds of like guards and maybe
Yeah,
like an
yeah.
alarm, like bang, 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 bang is happening, and we're just like in this conversation.
Yeah.
I think so. Then Kai is gonna be like, Reyes,
Yeah.
in a world where gods walk among mortals, love is one of the most powerful forces in this plane. And for you to be a lover, that's not a bad thing.
Does that mean there's hope?
Let's be friends first. Does that sound okay?
Friends. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go.
Yeah.
Kai
let's go.
Kai like glances back again at like that darkness that like is now sitting in a corner somewhere and is like mental note, gotta remember where that is, even though I'm drunk right now. Grabs Loreas by the hand and they like run down an alley, and I assume they're being pursued.
Before you go, Loreas wiggles out of your hand. He says, wait. And he goes back and he disappears into the orb of darkness. And then he comes back out of the orb of darkness. He says, okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
And you guys run off into the night, giggling. Loreas is giggling away, and you make it. Do you go back to the party?
I was wondering like if we would like get caught, but
No, you do make it away. You are not caught.
all right. So yeah, we're back at the party, and now I'm just like all in on Loreas.
Perfect.
And so like trying to like get him like popular in front of my friends, make up for being a big douchebag. And so like the last thing like of the night, like Kai and Loreas are like up on like the Go-Go Boy dance platform together, and like from one of his like satchels as a sorcerer, Kai pulls out like a hot pepper, and he'll be like, "Do you want to kiss?"
We did just set up a boundary. I don't know. It's going to be really confusing.
Kai's gonna bite the pepper and then kiss Loreas and cast dragon breath on him, so he can just breathe fire into the ceiling of the Temple of the Five.
He does that, and then he like looks at you and is like, "Whoa!" And like when he says "whoa," like little bits of fire come out at you, and he like. And he like, and like blows it all over the place, and then everyone's like screaming, and like Loreas is so popular. You do hear like a little bit. They're like, someone was caught at the dragon stable, like, and people are like, "Is that Ollie?" Like that was really lame, and like Ollie's out, Loreas in, and you have a splendid rest of the party, and that is where we will call that scene. So. That is that for this whole episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a little bit unusual, but I thought it would be a fun situation for them all to sort of do what they want and explore the city and sort of get some alone time. We'll be back next week with a normal episode. We will not be doing this format again for a while, maybe in the future, but thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week, and we'll have the whole gang back together. Until then, thank you. Good night. Bye.